Chapter 441 Ascension Fortress, Attack. Devour the Stars. 2 more. Oran, Ash, and Irene's sister Wa all made their moves. This kind of big scene is a good time to practice. Countless battle data rushed forward and poured into the biological master brain. In the seemingly chaotic battlefield, every step is in Chen Mo's prediction. According to the current battlefield model, Chen Mo can already predict the changes that will occur in the next 3 minutes, and deduce the general trend of the battle situation in the next 10 minutes. The accuracy rate is as high as 70%. This is a very astonishing statistic. More accurate than some prophecies. Imagine, if the prediction time continues to extend, 100 minutes, 10,000 minutes, will it be exactly the same as the prediction? Of course, this belongs to the way of Li Dafei bricks. In fact, there is no need for that. Just within 3 minutes, the accuracy rate of 90% is already very abnormal. Coupled with the strength of high-level gods and the support of the energy network, Xe and others basically belong to the entire battlefield, and there is an unstoppable big boss level. The Patila spirit team who were targeted by them, let alone resist, would have no time to react at all, and would be directly bombarded to pieces. That's right, Chen Mo's high-level gods' combat power and defensive power are too perverted. They basically go on a rampage, just like a dump truck. Whatever they hit, they will be smashed to pieces. The other side, evolution also targeted the number 1 scientist of the Patella civilization, that is, the first time. The opponent not only possesses the most knowledge, but also has the most powerful strength, possessing great divine power. The frightening eyes swept over, and even the light of the stars could be instantly dimmed a lot. In short, the strength is very scary. He is considered the most powerful warrior in the entire Patila civilization. Plus the Patila home planet behind him. These two things together are simply invincible. At least the Patila civilization thinks so. In fact, it is almost the same, because so far, there has not been any infection that can appear within 1 light year of Patila's home star, which is similar to the Star Soul world. Patila's home star is extremely powerful, and its existence alone means that with the power of Patila civilization, many gods will explode and die if they look directly at the parent star. Although the power is far inferior to the Star Soul world who specializes in this way, it can be regarded as an indestructible mother planet. As long as the Patila civilization exists, this planet will be a fortress that will never fall. Originally, the area around Patila's home star was the safest area. Results now. Chief Patila hadn't had time to organize a full civilization battle before the other party came to kill him. For a time, the entire galaxy where Patila's parent star was located became a Shira field. Countless minions died here, and the planets around Patila's home planet were blown up one after another. Although there are still no minions that can invade Patila's home planet, this overwhelming attack still makes the high-level people on the home star a little nervous. Of course, they hardly panicked. On the contrary, he jumped into a rage. Because the enemy is so arrogant and has invaded here. Where are their regiments, those wretches? However, Chief Patila's expression was tense, because he knew very well that if he didn't find a way to leave as soon as possible with his home planet, then the Patila civilization would be doomed to extinction. Even, he will die miserably. The horror of confrontation does not lie in this overwhelming army of gods, okay. What he is really afraid of is the runner who sweeps every planet. That is cutting off the living space of their Patila civilization. If only Patila's home planet and god-level individuals are left. Then, the Patella civilization will also fall into the countdown to the extinction of civilization. Too frightening. Why is this slave master so strong? Far superior to other slave masters. Even, their so-called strongest star god counselor hasn't made a move yet. Incredible. Of course, what he didn't know was that in terms of strength, Chen Mo might not be as good as a member of parliament, but when it comes to the speed of the army under his command grabbing territory, no one can compare with him. In this way, countless god-level minions fought according to the Patila civilization. At the same time, Patila's home planet is constantly being weakened. The Patila civilization did not lose a part of its population, and the strength of their spiritual consciousness was also rapidly declining on the rest of the deadly planets. At the same time, the energy reserve of Patila's home planet is also declining. Although it can last for a long time. But Chen Mo is unlimited. It can be predicted that if they continue, they will only have 10 ways to fail. Just when Chief Patila was about to propose an evacuation, suddenly, the minions of the slave owners who attacked here retreated one after another. In a blink of an eye, most of them were gone. Don't eliminate those who haven't had time to leave. All of a sudden, everyone went crazy. Walk. Chief Patila didn't hesitate. Whatever the reason, now is the best time to go. Last time, I suffered from not being decisive enough. This time, as long as they leave without being found by the other party, and hide in the empty space between the river systems, what can the Star Soul world do for them? However, it has not waited for the entire Padilla home planet to start to warp. The whole space is in turmoil. There are horrible objects that are teleporting through. This is Cthulhu. On the parent planet of the Patila civilization, countless people stared wide-eyed and screamed in horror. It is normal to be regarded as 177 in this way. Because what appeared were countless tentacles, countless twinkling eyes, and scarlet scales, and a huge black mouth. The next moment, the complete Ascension Fortress appeared. Immediately afterwards, in a way that ignored inertia, it reached 1% of the speed of light in an instant. What a terrible power! Space acceleration. The chief of the Padilla civilization showed horror. Next moment, the whole planet crunches. Boom. The planet that had already started to move was pulled by the circle. The endless gravitational force pulls the home planet of Patella civilization towards the Ascension Fortress. Not good. That monster is going to hit us. Chief Patila understood it instantly. Immediately, the souls of the dead frightened. But he could only watch helplessly. This planet-level contest is really terrifying. The terrifying gravitational force directly sucked away the atmosphere of the entire planet Patila, forming a huge vortex in the sky, and the other end of the vortex is the Fortress of Ascension. All matter that touched the devouring tentacles of the Ascension Fortress was immediately transformed into energy. These tentacles can drain a planet in an instant. Seeing the terrifying scene in front of them, everyone on the planet Patila was shocked. Chapter 442 Capturing the Parent Star of the 4th Level Civilization. One more. Our energy is dropping rapidly. This terrible monster is devouring our energy. All attacks have taken effect. But the other party recovered too quickly, and there are still many terrifying and strange companion races on it. Countless warnings sounded in Chief Patila's ears. What kind of monster is this? It's scarier than life in the universe. Force field. Some kind of extremely powerful consciousness position. They are distorting the law. The chief's face was distorted in shock. What he saw was, naturally, countless green skins on the Ascension Fortress to maintain the operation of the fortress. The green skins were extremely fanatical, and they all accepted the instructions of the divine will. This time, it is the beginning of a great evolution. Swallow the parent star of this 4th level civilization, and we will move towards a more glorious evolution. Swallow. Devour. I thought about the force field everywhere. The entire Ascension Fortress began to ignore some basic rules and directly moved towards the result that the greenskins wanted. How to defend against such an unreasonable attack? There is no way. It seems that the Patila civilization is ready to fight to the end. Turn into nourishment with your home planet, Oran said coldly. Her voice echoed in the icy universe. It surprised countless Patila civilization warriors. No, do not want. Speak up if you have something to say. Chief Patila yelled. However, although the other party is also a 4th level civilization, it is a pity that they do not accept this set. Oran didn't say anything, just snorted coldly. The next moment, the tentacles of the entire Ascension Fortress spread crazily, enveloping the Padima mother planet. Immediately afterwards, the Ascension Fortress actually started teleporting. Facing the Ascension Fortress with consciousness and infinite energy, although Patila resisted frantically, he was easily defeated. In other words, their attacks could not cause serious damage to the Ascension Fortress at this time. Although there are huge wounds from time to time, and even a whole tentacle is torn apart. But due to the consciousness position, as well as the existence of devouring energy and rapid growth, these attacks are always close to defeating the Ascension Fortress. So, just a few minutes later, Patila's home planet was dragged to the edge of the Star Soul world. Faced with this situation, the Patila Legion who came to rescue them died suddenly on the spot. And the home planet fell into Chen Mo's giant tentacles prison. Just wait for it to digest slowly. Oran did not order the complete destruction of the home planet of the Patila civilization and the Patella people on it. All that survive now are high-value targets. A 4-level civilization parent star means endless wealth. You must know that there has never been any kind of war that can plunder a civilization's home planet. All MPs can't do this. For a moment, the world of Star Soul shook. Everyone looked up at the sky, and what was happening there was unprecedented in history. Defeated a level 4 civilization. And plundered the opponent's parent star. Although the opponent's resistance has not been completely eliminated, it is almost the same. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that Chenmo is about to succeed. And by then, such a feat would be enough for him to immediately gain a lot of attention from the laws of the world. Even, immediately among the ranks of the most noble members of parliament. Become one of the leaders in the entire Star Soul world. Chenmo looked at the gradually wrapped Patila home planet, and couldn't help nodding with satisfaction. When he is completely under control, with the help of the power of the Star Soul world and the infinite energy, he can slowly erode Patila's home planet, and then directly take the status of the will of this 4th level civilization planet. At that time, the entire Patila civilization belongs to him, Chenmo. Like greenskins and mermaids, they became his loyal fighting force. And contribute a large number of engineers and scientists. And because it is the home planet of the Patila civilization, which contains a lot of knowledge and top talents, Chenmo will rely on the Star Soul to control the entire planet this time, and the harvest will be very terrifying. Not to mention the federal rewards, it is just a whole 4th level civilization. The blessing is enough to make him improve a lot on the road of high-level star god. His strength will be no less than that of other members of parliament. Let us go, otherwise I'm going to blow myself up. We will inspire the full power of the parent star. Under the cover of countless tentacles, Chief Patila scolded, your Star Soul world is so utterly wiped out, when the rest of the 4th level civilizations know it, they will definitely not have any cooperation with you, and all previous agreements will be voided. You are destroying the unity of the entire universe. If you can't concentrate your strength at that time, everyone will die. Let's choose a cemetery for you below first. Oran stood on the top of the Ascension Fortress, with a cold face, without making any gestures. She didn't even say a word. There are only countless surging energies and tentacles, and the infection control is accelerating. Can the Great Divine will be threatened by these civilizations? She is confident that even if the other 4th level civilizations do not cooperate, they will all join in the glorious evolution. In the world of Star Soul, Starlight Goddess couldn't help shrinking her pupils violently as she watched the terrifying scene in the sky. A look of regret flashed across her beautiful face. At the same time, I was a little envious. All in all, very confusing. The idiots of the Patila civilization can't even hold on for this little time. They are also a 4th level civilization. Why are they so vulnerable? They are simply trash. However, in this case, the rest of the counselors are probably just about to make a move. Alas, the agreement reached with the rest of the civilization, I'm afraid it will be thrown into the toilet in a blink of an eye. Audai, the goddess of starlight, sighed. She felt that in this situation, it would be very difficult to rise up. There was Chenmo behind her, rushing past her, and then the rest of the counselors also saw the opportunity and were about to exert their strength one after another. It is very difficult for her to run for a member of parliament now. Competing with Chenmo feels hopeless. We can only hope that Chenmo will give it a go. At that time, she can defeat the rest of the congressmen, that's fine. Before, she still felt that she made a little profit by cooperating with Chenmo, at least she definitely didn't lose money. There is only one purpose, to use his own strong advantages to help Chenmo publicize. Let him be weird and work with himself. This way she can get Nesser's core knowledge. Now look back at the disturbance. Knowledge can indeed be acquired. But Chenmo has accelerated, strength and influence, surpassing her in a blink of an eye. At this time, it is also useful to get the core knowledge of Nesser, but it is not very useful. So awkward. Chapter 443 Shocking Starlight Goddess Audai. Void Demons Descend. 2 more. But it's useless to say that. Audai, the goddess of starlight, sighed. Now her status with Chenmo has been reversed, and she is even thinking about whether to re-sign a cooperation agreement with Chenmo. Why not take a step back and sell Chenmo as a favor? Of course, she also has favors now, so if she wants to ask Chenmo for a favor, it will definitely not be a problem. I'm still very discerning. The rest of the council members really thought they were superior, but I became the first one to clearly support Chenmo. Audai couldn't help sneering. Judging from the current situation, it is already very clear what the rest of the MPs are going to do. Next, there must be many battles. What's more, the final enemy is definitely not other civilizations. She had a hunch that Chenmo would play a pivotal role in it. It's no wonder that the ancient god, Lady Luck, would willingly donate the Nesser core and cooperate with Chenmo. She must know some great secret. Could it be that you have glimpsed a corner of the future? Hugging Chen Mo's thigh in advance. In short, the rest of the counselors see that there must be no luck. 140 They may have many plans, and Chen Mo is just one of them. Even, it may not be very optimistic. I wonder how they will feel when they see the current situation. At least one person will be eliminated after Chen Mo becomes a council member. Not only that, many counselors' interests in the Star Soul world will also be taken away by Chen Mo. Because Chen Mo is a rare kind of powerful star god who is about to spread some kind of knowledge. This is more influential than most members of parliament. However, Ao Dai doesn't care what the congressmen are feeling at the moment. The reason is simple. After all, she is not a member of parliament. She can't become a member of parliament. Even if she is the first among 10,000 people, she can't get in touch with many things, so she can only inquire about it by herself. So the interests of the two parties are not aligned. Fortunately, Chen Mo broke through the encirclement, and she believed that she would be able to obtain more information on this soon. She is very curious about what is going to happen in the whole universe. At the same time, vaguely, I was a little worried. Because she clearly remembered the threat issued by the head of the Padala civilization before being devoured. Some kind of catastrophe that wiped out the entire universe. Chen Mo is really too strong. In short, no matter what happens in the future, it is definitely not wrong to strengthen the cooperation with Chen Mo. At least it is much more reliable than other members of parliament. But this big victory came so suddenly, I believe not only me, but many people were dumbfounded, and maybe even the congressman didn't expect it. In short, this is definitely an event that shocked the entire universe. Maybe, it will be a key turning point. Everyone, including me, greatly underestimated Chen Mo's strength. His race is so powerful and boundless. Ao Dai, the goddess of starlight, could not help but sigh. If there is no accident, her strength will not improve much in the future, and so will the entire Star Soul world. But Chen Mo's strength is about to skyrocket. But in this case, the status between them becomes more and more unequal. Next time you go to Holy Terra, you have to be more low-key and polite. Thinking of this, she couldn't help but feel a little headache. I am also worried that Chen Mo, relying on her current strength, hinted that she would cancel the previous cooperation agreement. The speed of Chen Mo's development is too fast, much faster than before, even accelerated. Horrible. If this continues, the entire Star Soul world, won't he occupy most of the attention of the world's laws? After all, as long as his number keeps increasing, in disguise, the proportion of other people will keep decreasing. Thinking of this, she couldn't help but feel even more shocked. Forget it, this kind of thing, it's not my turn to have a headache. Now that we have come to this point, hurry up and study with Chen Mo, and let him give me the knowledge of extracting energy from the Nisur core earlier as the Dade Kingly way. When I acquire this knowledge, I will have the opportunity to inherit Chen Mo's influence and directly defeat the last counselor. At that time, I will be a counselor after all. I will advance and retreat with Chen Mo, and he will still have to work hard to win me over. When the goddess of starlight thought of her evaluation of Chen Mo at the beginning, as well as her superior smile, her cheeks became hot. Although this is a normal mood change. But it was really embarrassing to meet again. After all, things changed too fast. Only 2 days away. Thinking of this, she couldn't help drawing a large number of the best engineers under her command and heading to the area controlled by Chen Mo. There, the Nesser core, which she has spent a lot of effort to retrieve from a remote galaxy, will be researched. Of course, she is very clear that Chen Mo has definitely mastered some knowledge, but he just doesn't give it to her. But she couldn't say anything. Because it was originally stipulated to be 1 month. If you want to go faster, you can only hurry up and study the Nisur core here. Of course, if Chen Mo wants to use this in advance, that's fine too. That way she can get the knowledge she needs ahead of time. However, just when she was in a hurry to study, the star area of the Temple of Heaven changed. There's a lot of material, and it's starting to be thrown out. The kind out of thin air. Damn it, it's a broken universe. Large piece. Wait, what is this? There are also void monsters. Seeing the strange green light emanating from the entire universe, Ao Dai, the goddess of starlight, couldn't help but change her face. This area, because of the fall of the broken universe, unexpectedly attracted the attention of the void monster. Of course, the bigger possibility is that Chen Mo's presence in this area is too strong. You know, the planets in this area are all contaminated with the breath of the Star Soul world, and they are getting closer and closer. This will naturally attract the attention of the void monster. Suddenly two disasters befall. Aodai panicked. Her Nisur core had just arrived here, and many of these lower houses had been destroyed. Damn it. There are void demons. There are quite powerful individuals among them, with a huge volume spanning an entire planet. They are mixing matter from energy form and projecting into this world. Without hesitation, Aodai immediately dispatched the most elite army of gods under her command, ready to implement the extermination order. At the same time, she secretly rejoiced that Chenmo has become a pivotal existence in the entire Star Soul world, otherwise, he would have to bear a huge responsibility for this wave of void infection outbreaks. Even, invited by the trial court. Once you get in there, it doesn't mean you can get out just by thinking about it. All in all, pretty horrible. I just don't know, this group of void monsters are just trash under the command of the great demon. Still, there is an evil god behind it. It's better to be just a bunch of mindless garbage. Aodai muttered to herself worriedly. Chapter 444. The beginning of turmoil. Congratulations to the Holy Emperor. One more. Aodai doesn't just do it herself. The Federation and Chenmo were also notified immediately. Even if she can settle this matter easily, she must be notified. In the face of void monsters, even in the world of star gods, you can't be careless. Especially evil gods. This is a very weird void life. They are very powerful, and without anyone noticing, they will play tricks and kill a large number of people. A lot of ancient knowledge comes from them. The long years have made them more difficult to deal with. Quack quack. Delicious at your doorstep. It's delicious gods. For a moment, the void monsters also screamed and roared. They started to act one after another, rushing towards the legion of the gods. Although their strength is weaker, in this world, they are just projections of the combination of their consciousness and matter. If you want to kill them, you can only go to the Void Regiment in person. Therefore, they are unscrupulous. Even if it is killed, it is only a serious injury, and after a period of time, it can recover. Of course, being able to not die is the best. But upon arrival in this world, they gain access to a variety of senses. This feeling is so fascinating, because it makes people feel crazy. After all, the void has nothing but energy. Here, to them, is like heaven. In short, under the stimulation of various senses, they are extremely bloodthirsty and crazy, although their inner mind tells them that if they want to stay longer and enjoy themselves, they must hold back and not rush around. However, when matter is mixed with consciousness, it is not so pure. Seeing the delicious flesh and blood, many monsters went crazy. The devil roared even more, and more matter gathered in his body. He projected and condensed, and grabbed Aodai with a pair of giant hands like planets. Humph! Aodai snorted coldly. Silently, the terrifying demon, which seemed to be massive, fell apart directly. So what if the planet is so huge, it's just a demon? For ordinary civilizations, demons of this level are much more terrifying than life in the universe. But to Star God, such strength is simply not worth mentioning. These void monsters plus demons were no match for Aodai at all, and they were all wiped out soon. Even, the entire galaxy began to be purified by extinction. However, Aodai didn't purify too far away, nor did she go deep into the broken world that was falling. Because this is not her place. If there is anything, it is mainly for Chenmo to handle it by himself. If she handles it without authorization, I'm afraid it will make people unhappy. Moreover, if there were really a terrifying big demon, or an evil god, she would be in a dangerous situation. The universe is getting more and more turbulent. Looking at the planet being burned into a glass ball, Aodai looked dignified. Without hesitation, she immediately opened the portal and headed towards Chenmo's sacred Terra. There, she was able to know Chenmo's opinion at the first time. Holy Terra. Chenmo, who has been promoted to a high-level star god, is using the knowledge of star soul invasion to constantly control the planetary consciousness of Patila's home planet and fight against the consciousness of the fourth-level civilization as a whole. He has already achieved an absolute advantage. After all, the other party has already been cut off from material support. And he has an absolute advantage in both consciousness and material aspects. What's more, the interference of his current consciousness, the power to distort reality is already extremely strong. As long as I win the Patila civilization, I can go one step further. Get stronger. Chenmo felt the incomparably powerful consciousness and was very moved. This battle against the Patila civilization has developed to this day, and he has really gained a lot. In just 2 months, he has grown from an ordinary person to what he is today. Like an MP. Soon he will become an MP. The feat of defeating a level 4 civilization is enough for him to get a lot of world law attention, and the most intuitive benefit that this will bring him is becoming a member of parliament. It's not the last one, the bottom one. Chen Mo estimates that his ranking will still be in the top 90. There is no need to hide this news. Even Chen Mo knows that many kinds of information about his location have been spread throughout the Star Soul world. It has passed into the void. The evil gods and demons there are very concerned about the important changes at the top of the powerful civilization. Chen Mo would not underestimate how boring they are. In other words, Chen Mo has already caught their attention. Chen Mo knew about the outbreak in the Tianshan temple area immediately. However, without Ai present, he did not send out the legion. Now, the other party should be on the way to discuss with him. As for the large-scale broken world fall, this Chen Mo is a pre-government. Some preparations have been made to challenge the orbits of different life planets, and it is enough to use stars as occlusions. This problem is not big. The most troublesome thing is the void monsters that may appear at any time. These things are very disgusting. 0. It wasn't until the entire Padilla home planet was completely wrapped, and it seemed to become a part of the Ascension Fortress, that Luo Bing turned his head and looked at Chen Mo. As a new Star Soul powerhouse, she is still too weak for Chen Mo. As a result, she couldn't understand many methods used by Chen Mo. In fact, she just saw all that as a blockbuster movie. Shocked, because of the scene. As for the specifics, she was unable to make an analysis. All I know is that Chen Mo must have won. And it's easy to win. However, it is definitely not as easy as it appears on the surface, because Chen Mo, who is in the Holy Terra, has also used his own powerful power to suppress the home planet of the Padilla civilization. Although she doesn't know how this is accomplished. But she is here. This is also her unique advantage. If anyone is closest to the battlefield, it must be her. She couldn't help feeling a little rejoiced. She tried her best to record the details of these battlefields, which will definitely be of great use in the future. The current Chen Mo's reputation in the Star Soul world is at its peak. This act of devouring a 4th-level civilization mother planet in front of the Star Soul world is really too explosive. In the entire history of the universe, nothing happened. Therefore, even the most proud star god dare not have any opinion on Chen Mo at this moment, so he can only lower his head. Congratulations, Chen Mo, God of Eyes. On Luo Bing's beautiful face, there was an envious smile. Chapter 445I, the main combat faction. The fugitives must lose. 2 more. Holy Emperor. Is this title already so popular? Chen Mo couldn't help but smile slightly. In other words, he really wanted a title of his own. Goddess of Starlight, Master of Space, Queen of Ice, these famous figures all have their own exclusive titles. After a long time, when this name spreads in the Star Soul world, or even spreads to the universe, the void, then it will have a special meaning. Powerful evil gods also have their own titles. They rely on this as an informational anchor, or bait, akin to knowledge. Everything mentioned will be instantly perceived by them. Chen Mo does not currently have this ability. But coming soon. His current strength, I dare not say it is extremely strong, but with the addition of the Legion under his command, he is definitely the #1 existence in the Star Soul world. As for the other civilizations of 730, it is even more incomparable to him. Maybe only a small amount of great divine power and evil gods are enough to make him afraid. Therefore, Chen Mo is in a very good mood at this time. Now, he is not afraid of any ultra-long distance attack at all. It can be said that almost all means are impossible to kill him instantly. He is no longer weak in this universe. Enough to stir up the situation on one side. It can even be said that in the next disaster, he will become the main force in the Star Soul world and the biggest mourner of the rest of the civilizations. He is about to bury countless civilizations. Just relying on his current reputation, he is enough to scare almost all civilizations. In any civilization, he is considered to be a decisive force. In particular, the mushroom race under his command was born for fighting, constantly devouring and evolving, and can be used as an invincible blade. Luo Bing said, according to the current situation, you may be promoted to a member of parliament at any time. Member of Parliament, the top 100 most powerful in the Star Soul world. The most important thing is that they hold the most attention to the world's laws, have authority in their hands, and can participate in making decisions about the development direction of the entire Star Soul world. Basically, as long as you reach the status of a member of parliament, you have reached the highest point of the entire system. Because if you want to go further, it only exists in theory. That is the king of the entire star soul world. This requires one person to occupy more than 50% of the attention of the world law. Theoretically possible, but in practice, it's nearly impossible. Because every member of parliament is trying to expand their influence. All the time, the legions under their command are acquiring more planets for Star Soul World, controlling more areas, and plundering endless knowledge and resources. Therefore, every MP is growing. Generally speaking, the authority occupied by the head will hardly change much. It is said that even the most powerful member of parliament has never obtained more than 2% of the power. It is unimaginable for one person to gather more than 50%. Therefore, it is generally believed that members of parliament have reached the peak. It has reached the strongest state in the actual universe. In Luo Bing's opinion, Chen Mo's growth is too terrifying. It's unbelievable that she can talk to the congressman who she thought was the future, and even cooperated with him for a while. This is definitely an honor worth bragging about for a lifetime. Not at any time. It will take a while for me to completely control the home planet of Patella civilization. Chen Mo said truthfully. It is true that his strength has grown rapidly, but it does not mean that he can destroy the enemy in an instant. And the more time went by, he found that although he had devoured evolution, he had improved more and more. But every opportunity to evolve becomes more and more rare. Because the number of strong people is getting smaller and smaller. As he grows stronger, the difficulty of obtaining useful evolution is constantly increasing. So far, the difficulty of evolution has not been in resources such as evolution potions at all. It's about gaining the chance to evolve. Powerful genes, very rare. Even if I become an MP, it's impossible for me to become stronger quickly in a short period of time. Chen Mo said. He estimated that there are only 2 ways to become stronger next time. No, it should be said 2.5 ways. The first is the void, the second is research by oneself, and the other half is the broken world and other 4th-level civilizations. In Chen Mo's view, it is very rare to be able to partially integrate the Star Soul world and obtain 51% authority before the Devourer of Dimensions comes, and Chen Mo is satisfied enough. As for going one step further, completely gaining the authority of the entire Star Soul world, it is very difficult. Luo Bing said. Next, don't you have to fight other civilizations? With your strength, you can quickly occupy all the planets other than the 4th-level civilization. 0 inches. By that time, even with your accumulated contributions, you will still be able to gain a lot of attention from the laws of the world. Among the counselors, you can keep moving up the ranks. Luo Bing looked at Chen Mo and said, this time, you are not fighting alone. Although we can't help much, since it is an internal matter of Star Soul world, it is natural to use internal rules to decide the outcome. There are Lu Ru, and there are more people, such as the goddess of starlight. We are definitely on your side. We will definitely do our best, for you and for ourselves. If you include us in the battle system, we are very weak, but with the help of your energy network, the number of our combined legions may be beyond your reach in a short period of time. This will definitely be a force that cannot be ignored. Even, as our power soars, your influence in the Star Soul world will suddenly increase. This may be a killer weapon at a critical moment. Hear this. Chen Mo couldn't help but his eyes lit up, and he nodded. Affirmed Luo Bing's idea. You are right. With the support of the great Star Soul Master of the Star Soul world, I am able to obtain a large amount of additional legions and strength. 11. More importantly, we are highly bound. This time, it is the collision between my system and the consortium, the Energy Company 5.2. Well, maybe there is a confrontation between different routes. Chen Mo thought of the Space Master he speculated before. The opponent is a fugitive. As for Chen Mo's own line, there is no doubt that he is currently a very radical main fighter. The reason is not that he is selfless, for civilization or something. It is his legion that needs war and devours evolution. If he escapes, he will lose the most reliable Great Emperor's legion. Thinking of this, Chen Mo immediately asked the goddess of starlight. Discuss the possibility of this plan. At the same time, Chen Mo also began to try to contact the Ice Queen, who helped him a lot, and if nothing else happened, she would be a natural ally. So far, Chen Mo still plays an important role in the hands of Chen Mo with the treasure of the Star Soul world given by the other party, the proof of conquest. Chapter 446 Expanding the War. Halo Array is online. One more. It's To be honest, I really don't know how feasible it is. According to what you said, the Master of Space must be upset with you. As far as I know, the other party has the largest energy supplier under his command. The conflict between you is inevitable. But if there is a struggle, I think you can observe it again. Don't be in a hurry for a day or two. You can ask other congressmen. Now you also have the strength. Ao Dai, the goddess of starlight, replied to Chen Mo. She is very happy that Chen Mo can discuss follow-up plans with her. But the problem is, she has never seen this scene before. The purpose of coming up is to fight against big consortiums, and may even compete with congressmen. It's not a legal competition yet, but more direct, interest, influence, energy. Hearing what Ao Dai, the goddess of starlight, said, Chen Mo was speechless for a while. Such an answer is too courageous, isn't it? It was in stark contrast to Starlight Goddess's all-encompassing attitude before. But think about it too. After all, it takes 30 to wash the dishes. In the past, the help was only to deal with some financial groups on the bright side, but now it may directly deal with the senator. Of course, Ao Dai will not be so aggressive. It is unrealistic to ask her to do what she says directly and believe in herself. After all, although he is stronger, his opponent is also stronger. He has to make up his own mind on what to do with specific requirements. If you can suppress the opponent, there will not be so many things. HMPH. When I become the strongest member of parliament, I must wipe out all these fugitives. Especially this space master, in terms of root and interests, directly conflicts with me. Chen Mo thought in his heart. Of course, purging does not necessarily mean physical annihilation, it is also possible to let the other party hand over power. Of course, it's too far from that. Chen Mo shook his head, not thinking about it anymore. The most important thing right now is to expand the war, expand the size of the Legion, and coerce the largest number of Star Soul Masters. If there are 200 billion people in the Star Soul world, 100 billion join his energy network. That person produces a god soldier, and there are 1,000 talents. Moreover, with the amplitude of the energy network channel, it is absolutely impossible for one person to have one. Chen Mo estimated that it would be easy to gather a few trillion-level god legions. With such a huge power in hand, it will be easy to deal with the other fourth-level civilizations and expand to obtain the laws of the world. Afterwards, Chen Mo opened the property. Although the war against Patila civilization is not yet completely over, his strength has skyrocketed a lot. The racial attribute panel has undergone a sea change. A racia. Mushroom. A propertiesa. Swarm creatures. Semi-energy. Level. 4.0 level civilization. A abilitia. Growth, devour, hallucination, toxin, parasitic, nerve, metal, electricity, high energy, gravity, perception, brain wave, self-destruct, space. A Taima. 790. Overall evaluation. The overlord of the universe. At present, the number of your race has exceeded 10 trillion, the infection has spread to more than 20 star regions, and the infection has controlled more than thousands of living planets. In the entire scope of the observable universe, it is almost in a dominant position. Your will is enough to reverse the situation of the entire universe, and the influence brought about by your every move is no longer limited to the Star Soul world. Even among the evil gods in the void and the other high-level civilizations of the fourth level, your name of the Holy Emperor is still circulating. Your civilization group has reached the level of 4.0 civilization. This is the pinnacle of a stage. You have already reached the pinnacle in the power of idealism, and you will gradually touch the power of rules and dimensions. On the gene, it can go one step further. Level 4.0 civilization. Chen Mo couldn't help but clenched his fist. With this level of strength, even if I go out independently now, I can immediately gain a foothold in the universe and occupy a large star area. It is definitely more free and refreshing than now. And with the support of such a number of civilized individuals, my consciousness has reached a level sufficient to reverse the situation in the universe. A star, with my will, can be forcibly extinguished. It's not an explosion, it's not shattering, it's just stopping the nuclear fusion inside and extinguishing it on the spot. Of course, if I go out on my own, I will first face the backlash against the laws of the Star Soul world, which is equivalent to losing a large part of my power for nothing. Let alone me, even if I become the strongest counselor, it would be stupid to do so. No civilized individual will do such a stupid thing, eh? In addition, I have also reached the peak of the power of idealism. This power, in turn, makes my gene, ability go a step further, allowing me to go further on the path of devouring evolution. It can be said that I catch the power of idealism. Genes, the way of evolution, have opened up a whole new field. Quote, even, the technology of materialism, in my hands, has radiated vitality far beyond that of ancient civilization. For example, the Nesser core. The way I use it in my hands is definitely beyond the imagination of the Protoss. Let the former user, Lady Luck, be dumbfounded. And the most important point, the race I cultivated has an extra label, which is half energy. This means that more than half of the genetic ascension of the race has been realized. If we can move forward and achieve 180 free transformations before matter and energy, and even become a more terrifying creature, a conceptual creature. That is to say, as long as you know the existence of my race, then mushrooms can grow and exist in your consciousness. Hiss. Just thinking about it, Chen Mo gasped. Feel, unlikely, because this is so unbelievable and perverted. But if you think about it again, isn't the void demon able to switch back and forth between energy and matter? Cthulhu is a veteran of fishing using knowledge concepts. Not to mention them, even Goddess of Luck once used consciousness fluctuations to recover from the civilization derived from consciousness interference. So, it's not impossible. It's just that I haven't found a way yet. Chen Mo whispered to himself. With a thought, Chen Mo submitted all the harvest of destroying the Patila civilization to the trading platform. The harvest this time is enough for him to obtain a terrifying amount of supplies. His race no longer has much demand for material things. But for his equally important tactical weapona, the Halo Array, matter is extremely important. This wave of matter is also supplemented by high-energy minerals, especially the addition of a large number of star soul powerhouses, allowing Chen Mo to arrange a large number of halos near their planets. Chapter 447. You want my energy, what I want is the whole world. 2 more. Currently my resources are enough to create 10,000 halos. Chen Mo suppressed the excitement in his heart. Carefully analyze the plan. He has planned this big plan for a long time. However, due to insufficient money, it has not been implemented on a large scale. Although he is preparing, but this time, Chen Mo is going to play a bigger game. Because of the relationship between the energy grid, it is also possible to reduce some of the energy cores in the halo. It will bring my costs down even further. However, the entire halo production line needs to be readjusted. With the thought of Chen Mo, the manufacturing base on the Ascension Fortress began to change. Because they are all biological structures, if you want to change the structure, it is very simple, just hydrolyze and then grow again. Coupled with the help of on-site engineers, the process was surprisingly quick. In the eyes of the rest of the Star Soul world, they were stunned. Because Chen Mo is not only devouring the home planet of Patella civilization, but also constantly throwing out ring-shaped devices. It's outrageous. Everyone is guessing what kind of strange device this is. A well-informed man knows that this is a materialistic creation. But how to use it specifically, not many people know. Because Chen Mo made improvements, in order to save costs, many of them were replaced by Chen Mo with flesh and blood. It can be said that these halos are all versions of the beggar among beggars. The defense power is very low, and there is no intelligent defense system configured. To be attacked is to be beaten. But Ida is cheaper if you can stand it, and it can be mass-produced. As for defense, of course, it is directly teleported to the home star of the other Star Soul Lords, and let them take charge of the defense. For the first time, Chen Mo really felt the benefits of having more people. Just now, Chen Mo saved countless troubles, and the only thing that was put to the test was his biological mastermind. With the continuous expansion and realization of the Star World, the pressure on the mastermind is increasing. At the same time, there are now hundreds of millions of Star Soul Masters joining. These Star Soul Masters have to submit information at any time, or ask Chen Mo, the leader of the sacred system, some questions. Like other star gods, they usually have an entire administrative planet, at least hundreds of millions of people, as their administrative staff. Responsible for the management of various colonial planets, as well as various affairs within the system. But Chen Mo here, none of these things. His administrative system is ridiculously simple, and the main body is the neural network that continues to spread and grow on each planet. And the biological mastermind that unifies these neural networks. Of course, in addition to the above work, the biological mastermind now has another work of prediction, which is developing in the direction of prediction. All in all, Chen Mo thinks that the neural network may need to increase its efficiency. This is completely Li Dazhuanfei's way of playing. Ordinary civilization. How can there be a brain as big as a planet for you to use? Even if there is, the speed of thinking is based on the speed of the current, and such a big brain is extremely slow in response. Chen Mo's ability to do this all depends on the ability to transmit information instantly between him and all individuals. In other words, between his brains on different planets, it can be regarded as zero delay. After 2 days, my Halo array was fully installed. At that time, even with a conservative estimate, I will be able to emit infection energy at a distance of at least 500 light-years. And the distance of the entire observable universe is actually only about 2,000 light-years. Chen Mo couldn't help being excited. He can infect a quarter of the universe with energy at one time. Looking forward to that moment. After Chen Mo's fame exploded today, the number of people who applied to join his sacred system has exceeded 100 million. 50 million of them have also passed the qualification review, and they will send a total of 1 billion legions to command Chen Mo, and Chen Mo will connect them to the Nengxi network channel for these 1 billion legions. As for the others, you don't need to worry about it. As long as the goal is set, these people will bring their own dry food and weapons, and work hard to complete it. The benefits given by Chen Mo are enough. You know, energy network DAO qualifications are very hot right now. Exclamation mark. As long as there is a quota, it means a chance of a uniform level combat power. Although the probability of a permanent breakthrough is very small, it is also very good for high-quality subordinates to be familiar with that feeling in advance. More importantly, in such a grand battle, the chance to fight with future counselors, the General Star Soul Master, will never have this opportunity. Even if the counselors are willing, the Star Soul Masters can't bear a look. But now, the opportunity has come. Enter the Fortress of Ascension, accept the implantation of the energy core, and you can immediately access the energy network channel. Possess a combat power that rivals the gods. It is enough to play a role on the battlefield of level 4 civilization. If the number is large enough, it can even influence the battlefield situation. Whoever it is, will not miss this opportunity. Too crazy. So much so that Chen Mo's Ascension Fortress is a bit overwhelmed now. In addition to constantly spitting out halos one by one, there is also a continuous inhalation of strange races, and then transform them. Of course, Chen Mo will not just implant energy cores. During the operation, it is normal to obtain a little blood and a set of genes, right? After all, if the genes are not known, what if there is a rejection reaction in the modification? With this small operation alone, Chen Mo collected the genes of a large number of races. For a while, he also had a deeper understanding of the power classification and race types of the Star Soul world. Watching the 1 billion legions who just joined the energy network rush to the battlefield, Chen Mo couldn't help showing a smile on the corner of his mouth. Li Dezhao, this is the power of whoring for nothing. In the future, these will also be the cornerstones for him to influence the Star Soul world. Others map his free energy. He's drawing the whole world. Chen Mo believes that as more Star Soul Masters join in and want to use his power, the power he can use will become stronger and stronger. On the first day alone, he 1 billion won legions. How terrible is this? Many Star Soul Masters are still waiting and watching. But seeing opponents who used to be equal to him crisscrossing the Xinghai one after another, how could he not be tempted? At this time, the entire Padilla civilization has been almost wiped out. The star sector is almost occupied by Chen Mo. As they lost contact with Patila's home planet, the gods of Padilla civilization who were still resisting outside despaired. Of course Chen Mo will not drive them all out. When Patila's home planet is in hand, I'm not afraid that they won't come over obediently. Chapter 448 Big Plan. Nada, very strong, weapon. One more. In this Patila battle, Chen Mo, as the initiator, obtained most of the benefits. Chen Mo estimated carefully that almost one person accounted for about 90% of the income absolutely earned. This is not counting the proceeds from the subsequent sale of Patila's civilization knowledge. Of course, from the perspective of the other star gods, especially the star goddess Ao Dai, Chen Mo earned, not 9 cities. Because the rest, although it is the rest of the star gods. But Chen Mo has to share another 70% of the proceeds. Isn't that all Chen Mo's? Ao Dai couldn't help being dumbfounded. This win-win is too outrageous. Chen Mo won big, and the rest of the star gods won slightly. Basically, a little hard-earned money. In the past, this kind of scene would definitely make Ao Dai very upset. But now that Chen Mo's potential has been confirmed, she doesn't care anymore. The greater Chen Mo's advantage, the more support she can get in the future, and possibly more. At present, within the Star Soul world, she has been clearly regarded as someone from Chen Mo's faction. It is also because of this that many people can't take refuge in Chen Mo, and they all move closer to her. It was a windfall. In the following time, Chen Mo asked Oran to organize a legion and start to clean up more civilizations 790. At the same time, he himself began to arrange the position of the halo. Sign an agreement with the star god who needs to communicate. Of course, most of them are Star Soul Masters. There is no need for Chen Mo to come forward. He is only in charge of some old star gods. If you want to use their territory and keep them secret, Chen Mo will still come out on his own out of basic etiquette. As for the Star Soul Lord, there are too many of them. Even if he wants to show his face for them to see, he can't show it at all. It would be too ostentatious to hold a meeting together. Therefore, he handed over this part of the work to Ash. During this period of time, the governor of the planet in charge of training has been of great use. They are very suitable as customer service, helping Chen Mo communicate about the safe transmission of the halo. Once the halo array is formed, the entire universe will face a frenzy of infections. As for now, let him and the civilization and the star gods run with him for a day. For the next period of time, Chen Mo is not going to take the initiative to attack the other fourth-level civilizations. To succeed, Dace, you need a one-time, overwhelming advantage, and get a lot of attention from the Star Soul World Law. I'm about to become a member of parliament, so I'm going to pay attention to the fragmented rules. What fish are there? It will only let those people from the fugitive faction waste more resources to compete with him. It is the last word to make a big wave while they are not enough. One step to the stomach. Scaring them stupid, so as not to refuel the tactics later, will cause more internal friction in the Star Soul world. The only pity is that the devouring of the home planet of the Fear Patila civilization has not given any chance to evolve. Chen Mo regretted. Opportunities to evolve are increasingly rare these days. Chen Mo doesn't mind spending a lot of resources if he can come here last time. Of course, it doesn't matter without him, just wait patiently and accumulate strength for the next evolution. It's the first time I've seen such a large-scale materialistic installation. The entire Ascension Fortress, the entire Northern Hemisphere is making this kind of metal and flesh mixed belt device. It can consume the resources of an entire mineral planet every day. It's terrible. Looking at the giant ring manufacturing factory on the Ascension Fortress, Luo Bing's expression on the side was extremely shocking. When it comes to the beauty of machinery, there is nothing better than a materialistic device. This thick, efficient, and precise feeling is almost overwhelming. Coupled with the ever-spreading tentacles on it, it gives people an extremely weird feeling. All in all, this is definitely a huge plan. Chen Mo is planning something. She couldn't help but examine the rings carefully. Any ring is at least as big as a planet. Even, because it is ring-shaped, there is no substance in the middle, so it looks even bigger. It looks even more compelling than her home planet. This kind of giant creation that consumes terrifying resources, basically no Star Soul Master will build it. Even if there are only one or two. Because artificial objects, unlike living planets, can have planetary consciousness, without planetary consciousness, they cannot resist the ubiquitous consciousness disturbance in the universe. It is impossible to stay on it for a long time. Therefore, only Chen Mo is constantly building this super large device. There is no legion on it, so I don't know what it can be used for. Chen Mo said with a smile. You see, it costs a lot of money. It's not as exaggerated as you think. I build materialistic devices, but the practical cost is very low. I can directly grow and shape various materials at one time. Various metal elements, and can also be directly extracted from the planet's crust. Let's put it this way, the cost for me to build a metal ring is only about 1/10 of half of the star god. Most importantly, I have a lot of workers, and I don't need to rest, and I don't have to think too much about emotions, injuries, etc. and other issues. In fact, Chen Mo didn't say anything, the labor cost here is basically zero. It is his advantage to engage in infrastructure construction. In the past, there were no resources, but now holding the two-star regions of Tianshan Temple and Patila, wouldn't it be a pity not to give full play to this huge advantage? Hearing Chen Mo's explanation, Luo Bing immediately understood. Love is cheap. 1/10 the cost. Does that not include labor costs? Emotions. Chen Mo has too many resources and too many workers, so if you are idle, why not create a spectacle? It's outrageous. Chen Mo is the only star god who builds hundreds or thousands of wonders every day. Luo Bing asked curiously. Chen Mo, these strange devices of yours are definitely not just for showing your productivity, right? They should be of great use. Chen Mo nodded and said, of course, this is a weapon, not a very powerful weapon, but it is easy to use and efficient. Not very strong. The number of constructions is not too much. According to the standards of our star soul world, weak weapons refer to weapons that can only cause damage to gods and spirits. Do you also use this as your standard? Luo Bing was taken aback for a moment. Chapter 449. Who is the monster from the void? 2 more. Certainly. Chen Mo looked at Luo Bing, suppressed a smile and nodded. My weapon is naturally rated according to the standards of the star soul world. It can only be regarded as a conventional weapon. Its power is not very strong, but it is quite efficient. It is very effective against ordinary life forms. It can instantly kill ordinary creatures on an entire planet. This will help me compete for more territories in the future, open up territories for the star soul world, and gain more attention from the laws of the world. Chen Mo said. As for the specific power range, Chen Mo did not tell Luo Bing. If the other party knew that these weapons could cover a quarter of the universe by adding up the resonant diffusion energy infection position, wouldn't they have to be scared on the spot? Attacks in this range are powerful, laughing, but in fact, it's not very important anymore. Just this range alone can be called a god-sounding weapon. Hee. This is the third artifact level creation that I have built with confidence. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking. The first 2 are Ascension Fortress and Evolution. Are alive. This is more materialistic creation. It is dead, but there are many. Combined, an astonishing Wily burst out. At that time, in just one day, he will be able to overwhelm the achievements of the great expedition of the Star Soul world for decades. At that time, how many world laws will pay attention? Chen Mo is looking forward to it. It's quite efficient. If you make more, you can destroy at least one planet at a time. However, the way to use it is probably not that simple. Luo Bing said with a smile. I am very envious of Chen Mo, who can always come up with so many terrifying weapons. This kind of weapon makes her envious. After all, killing an entire planet, this is a weakened version of Requiem, right? What's more, sometimes, Wilian is not necessarily a good thing. The Great Holy Emperor, thank you for being able to summon me in your busy schedule. If you have something to do, just ask. May your star soul be eternal. It is extremely convenient for Chen Mo to sign the agreement and invite various star gods to handle affairs. Basically, as soon as the video is connected, the other party comes up with a respectful name. It made Chen Mo a little uncomfortable. Although he was called master or something by his subordinates, it was the first time that he was treated like this in Star Soul world. With a name, it is different. All the star gods respect Chen Mo very much. Chen Mo didn't know what he was thinking in his heart, but on the surface, the Star Soul world respected the strong. Although these star gods are not as powerful as Chen Mo. But many star gods have territories scattered throughout the universe. This is related to the original free-range model of Star Soul world. Relying on them, Chen Mo can quickly arrange the halo to the required area, and someone can provide him with additional maintenance and necessary observations. After signing the agreement, these star gods are considered to be on his boat. In the future, it will be the main combat faction. Under the connection of the energy network, the interests of these star gods will be highly bound to Chen Mo. Over time, this bond will deepen. Even, Chen Mo suspects that if this star god is given enough time and authority, some of the geniuses will breed a race that completely depends on the energy network for survival and development. This race draws energy from the energy grid and develops rapidly. Come to think of it, it's kind of fun. Chen Mo is equivalent to providing a completely different and quite stable environment for this universe. If there are no accidents, the other 4-level civilizations will respond soon. Maybe they will take the initiative to intensify the conflict. Or, the Space Master will also show something. After all, the competition between you is almost on the surface. Luo Bing analyzed carefully. These two should be the most difficult problems Chen Mo is currently facing. Mo must fight, in the latter case, Chen Mo must also accept the challenge. All in all, at this point, although Chen Mo is getting stronger and stronger, but such a giant, the room for maneuver is getting smaller and smaller. Chen Mo nodded and said, Indeed, I can't avoid these two challenges, but these are not the ones where the winner is immediately decided. The real danger lies outside the battlefield. Enemies in the dark, such as the Void, and those guys. Speaking of this, Chenmo hesitated for a while. Looks like the Eater of Dimensions is on the way too. What do MPs think? Announce the disaster directly, or wait until after first contact. Chenmo, I heard that there are a large number of void monsters appearing on your territory. 0 for flowers. Do you want to send more legions over there? Or wait for the federal trial court to send someone over? Chenmo, I will do it myself, without the intervention of the court. Most people wouldn't dare to say such things, but with Chenmo's current status, the trial court had to carefully weigh whether it would be beneficial to forcefully enter his territory. Anyway, in the end Chenmo will let the trial court go in for inspection. They were probably happy that Chenmo would take the initiative to help. You must know that it is not so easy to deal with the demon's void invasion. In case of bad luck, maybe you will face the evil god. That would be fatal. Of course, Chenmo was thinking about whether to catch a demon. This was actually the main reason why he didn't allow the Inquisition to intervene. With his current means, it is not difficult to imprison some demons who came to the front of the universe. The difficulty is that if this matter is known by the trial court, it will cause big trouble. Not even if he is an MP, let alone not yet. But there is no way, that is to slowly purify. Take this fight and play it slower. Play slowly with these demons. Let's see if we find anything interesting. Or parse out some useful knowledge. Soon, Chenmo became clear. He got in touch with Aodai, the goddess of starlight, and asked her to slow down. He has a legion that will come over, and when the time comes, they will act together. In short, if the enemy does not move, I will not move. In addition to the goddess of starlight, Chenmo also contacted the tech overlord. He needed an elite greenskin army to escort an exploration team composed of technological overlords, and communicate with demons. Chenmo issued an order here. Soon as the transiting Holy Terra, a portal lights up. Soon, the Tianshan Temple star area, which had been quiet for a long time, became lively again. Kill. For the great divine will. Tasty. What kind of demon is this? All of a sudden, the excited and bloodthirsty void monsters suddenly realized that something was not quite right. And Aodai, goddess of starlight, was dumbfounded. For a moment, she couldn't tell which side was the monster from the void. To be honest, Chenmo's army is a little more ferocious, more like an indescribable monster. Chapter 450. Look at me directly. Da Feng Harvest has no receivers. One more. Quack quack quack. It's fresh flesh and blood again, this time I want a void monster that had just condensed its shape. Before it could finish speaking, its mouth was pulled by the green skin of the metal armor, and it was pulled violently. Thrust. Starting from the mouth, the entire void monster was torn apart abruptly, and it became 2 halves. Waste. Is this the strength you are proud of? Look straight at me. The green skin snorted coldly, then backhanded the heavy gun in his hand and stuffed it into the mouth of the rushing monster. Pull the trigger. There was a crackling sound. The whole monster was torn into pieces. All kinds of screams, howls, and the roar of weapons resounded throughout the star area. What kind of outdated weapon is this? It can actually hurt us. What the hell are you? 820. Boom. What answered the devil was a gigantic fist. There were huge fists tied to it, and the mace that followed directly smashed half of the demon's head flat, splashing juice everywhere. Green skin weapons don't need so much reasoning. The louder the gun, the more powerful it is. The thicker the mace, the more powerful it is. It didn't take long for the fierce war to gradually subside. The void monsters were not driven back. But being surrounded in an area, for a while, the battle seemed to be in a stalemate. But seeing Aodai, the goddess of starlight, I can be sure that this was definitely Chenmo's intention. Very sure. Chenmo's army has far more combat power than demons. Even, there is no fear of the other party's ubiquity, distortion of consciousness, and corruption of matter. Unbelievably terrifying strength. And that looks extremely rough, even so crude that it looks like a level 1 civilization weapon. God knows why it is so powerful. For Star Soul, this must be some kind of spiritual weapon. Aodai, the goddess of starlight, thought in her heart. It has to be said that this discovery shocked her very much. For the first time, she observed Chenmo's green leather legion at such a close distance with her own eyes. In fact, Chenmo's legion is very numerous, and the shape is complicated. Before, she really didn't notice this strange phenomenon. In other words, it used to be the collision of the legions of the gods, and the energy was flying, which was not as clearly visible as it is now. She never expected that ancient weapons such as maces could still be seen in this cosmic battlefield. It's no wonder that the devil was stunned. What surprised her even more was that some were extremely powerful, even relying on their physical bodies, just pressing the green skins of void monsters. They held various axes, chainsaws, and unnamed jackhammers. Following the demolition of the monsters, a large number of strange green skins came up. These are not ordinary legionnaires at first glance, each of them has been modified, and even their heads are still semi-metal, filled with strange detection equipment. In the battle zone of the Temple of Heaven, this small disturbance attracted the attention of the entire Star Soul world. Immediately, the people from the trial court came. But Chen Mo's current strength is already extraordinary. In the Star Soul world, he also has a powerful and incomparable influence. Of course, this is actually the reason why this riot has attracted so much attention. In short, the situation is completely under control. But when the war will end, it depends on when Chen Mo will send a more powerful army over. And in another battlefield, that is, the Patila sector. The war is completely over. The remaining fighters in Patila have all escaped from this area, officially becoming star thieves, or exiles. They did not form a new civilization. Because everyone knows. Their civilization has not been completely destroyed. The home planet and most of the knowledge are now controlled by an extremely powerful slave owner. Occasionally, can perceive the existence of the will of the planet, and even whispers of unknown meaning such as, Holy Will, Holy Emperor. In short, they knew that they had been targeted. The current exile is just a temporary respite. The entire civilization is being targeted. An individual is like a speck of dust in the era, which cannot be resisted at all. In addition to the Patila civilization, there are also countless indigenous civilizations in this star area. But most of them survived. There are even some races, because the civilization level is too low, they don't know what happened. 0. I just feel that in recent days, supernova explosions have become more frequent. For these civilizations, Chen Mo's attitude is based on observation. But it is not the observation of laissez-faire. Knowing the existence of Chen Mo, all infection control is included in the astral world. Unbeknownst to Chen Mo, he let the spores lurk in, and the genes penetrated into every aspect of this race's civilization. Along with this race, evolve and develop together. This may not be useful in the short term, but in the long run, it may be able to cultivate a fairly good civilized race. Unfortunately, Chen Mo didn't catch any life in the universe. These cosmic beings themselves are a civilization, and after getting the news, they all ran away ahead of schedule. After this war, more than 1 trillion people died in battle. Chen Mo only counted the part of civilization above level 3. It is impossible to count the level 2 civilization planets that spread. An attack by a god-level legion, or a shot-down battleship, may cause a devastating blow to an entire civilization. In short, at a glance, around the planet, there are circles of corpses, dilapidated warships, and huge flesh and blood corpses. Some warships and corpse residues have even begun to attract each other and condense due to the effect of gravity. If Chen Mo ignored it, several huge garbage planets should be formed in the 1 light-year area with the battlefield as the core. 4.6. These garbage will continue to condense together, thus giving birth to a brand new planet. Chen Mo certainly does not allow such an environment. Just collect these materials and use them to make halos. Some of the valuable weapons, as well as corpses, were picked out by members of the God-level Legion active on the battlefield and then sorted. It won't be long before these materials will appear in piles on the trading platform. But so far, the prices of weapons and corpse materials related to the Patila civilization have plummeted. The reason is, there are just too many of them. Although the Star Soul world has a population of 200 billion. But I can't stand it anymore. Patila has already been exterminated. For the first time, Chen Mo discovered the difficulty of having a large body. Looking for a pickup man turned out to be difficult. Chapter 451 Dreams Come True Star Realm. 2 more. As a last resort, Chen Mo no longer has a bigger market. Can only be sold at a reduced price. If no one really wanted it, he would give it another discount, half sell and half gifted within the sacred system, and it would be regarded as a welfare distribution. After all, there are too many physical resources for Chen Mo now. What he lacks is tiburium ore, minerals that are quite rare in the universe. Soon, the entire battlefield was cleaned up. And the rest of the miscellaneous races are also managed by Ash in a unified way, and on the basis of retaining certain racial and cultural characteristics, they collectively enter the life of the astral world. There, it is much easier to manage than on the planet. For a time, countless consciousness poured into the star realm. This virtual space became more and more real. Even, many green skins who have stayed here for a long time have begun to think that this is a real world. As long as the divine will is willing, it can be projected into the universe at any time. Countless consciousness gathered together. Chenmo as the core could only feel the power of the star soul expanding rapidly. His consciousness became stronger. The will of billions of living beings is his history. The collective civilization he is building now is based on the mushroom race, connecting all things and all races. Is becoming stronger and stronger. Even, all the astral worlds where consciousness persists have become extremely real. Chenmo supports this huge virtual world with neural networks inside more than 1,000 planets. In it, Chenmo can use the wisdom of all individuals. The Research Institute, which was originally small, has now gathered the top scientists of all ethnic groups and has become a rather large research institution. Chenmo believes that with the passage of time, under the influence of his strong consciousness and the power of dreams come true, this astral world, one day, will really become a reality. And the various technologies in it will also help him become even more violent. This would be a world with his own rules. As for those new consciousnesses that are constantly integrated, there are many ninth-level powerhouses and even some gods among them. Chenmo is not worried that they will affect the purity of the collective will. As long as you join here, you will receive a strong influence. Under the dual effects of consciousness and matter, the great divine will be the only supreme brain. Chenmo's decision is everything. Absolute loyalty. Speaking of it, it's not that there are no means to kill consciousness. Even, the star soul world has the ability to clean up disturbances in consciousness. But this kind of technology is extremely difficult to realize on a chaotic battlefield. At least so far, Chenmo has not seen any fourth-level civilization that can use this technology on a large scale. Just imagine, if you waste so much strength, you can only kill a star soldier in Chenmo's trillion army. Does anyone know how to do this? Totally pointless. Therefore, Chenmo's current tactics are basically invincible without any loss. Besides, his own existence is the strongest protection for you. It is impossible for other civilizations to follow the consciousness network he built with him as the core and kill his subordinates. Unless he kills his strongest core. However, he is the planetary will of countless racial individuals. Even the planetary will of a level 3 civilization is extremely difficult to be eliminated head-on. Not to mention Chenmo. Therefore, if Chenmo's legion is to be eradicated, the rest of the civilization will find out that it has fallen into an endless loop. Now the threat to me from the outside world is already very low. What I have to do is to keep developing to deal with the coming dimension devourer. Chenmo couldn't help thinking. This time, the number of Chenmo's only astral consciousness has officially exceeded 100 trillion. This is still highly intelligent. For the rest, Chenmo didn't bother to calculate. Thanks to this, Chenmo can select more than 10 billion geniuses from them. According to his estimation, this part of consciousness will be promoted to level 9 in the near future. The ones used are all sorted out by Chenmo before Sister Irene, the way of mermaid and snake people. These idealistic cultivation methods are extremely efficient. Then create unusually powerful flesh and blood bodies equipped with energy cores for them. Chenmo will be able to obtain another tens of billions of gods. In this case, the total number of his spirit legion will reach about 110 billion. It is roughly equivalent to the number of legions gathered in other sacred systems. If the other star gods knew about this amount, their jaws would drop in shock. Too big. This war is very good. It more than doubled my strength, the halo, the Ascension Fortress, and the tens of billions of legions. According to the current comparison of strength, I alone plus the power of the star gods that can be influenced are enough to launch an all-out war against a fourth-level civilization. Looking at the countless legions under his command and the prosperity of the star realm, Chenmo couldn't help feeling overwhelmed. These are all his powers. He even started a unique civilization model. On the surface, he is a parasitic cluster civilization. But in fact, all conscious bodies live in the astral world. This is a strange civilization whose consciousness and body are separated, grow separately, and then combine to expand and develop. Thinking of this, he couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment in his heart. There was also a smile on his face. Sure enough, devouring evolution is the best way for him to develop. After 640, his target is the other level 4 civilizations and void monsters. When this wave is digested, my speed will be faster than attacking the Patila civilization. Unfortunately, the battle was too noisy, and many people watched it. It is impossible for me to capture the home planets of other civilizations like this again. Quote. Chen Mo thought with some regret. But in any case, for other civilizations, he has an overwhelming advantage in the number of arms and defense. It's a bit like a void monster. However, he created a universe-like negative space similar to void by himself. It can be said that the entire universe, no matter which civilization it is, or even the master of space, the queen of ice, and others are also envious of the race he cultivated. You have gained so much this time, it's incomparably rich. Luo Bing looked at the amount of materials that impacted human nature on the trading platform, and was extremely envious. It's a pity that even if it's a big discount, a star soul master like her is still among the poor, and she doesn't have the capital to pick up cheap. Fortunately, she can still go through internal channels, and I, Chen Mo, bought some. She was about to ask. Suddenly, the teleportation gate in the distance opened. The next moment, Oran had already returned. Not only that, but there were even a few people from the Patila civilization who followed her. Chapter 452 Star Gods. This wave of blood earned Chen Mo a fortune, one more. Star Soul World. At this moment, the whole world is extremely lively. In reality, on the internet, almost all Star Soul Masters are discussing the astonishing scene in the sky. Even this time, MPs have spoken out. The reason is simple, everyone knows that Chen Mo defeated the Pala civilization. And not through various online videos, but in front of everyone. Even, countless star gods also participated in it. As long as you are still online, you will definitely be bombarded by Chen Mo's various fighting videos. These are all issued by different star gods. Of course they want to show off their achievements. After all, being able to have a god-level army is worth showing off no matter what. As long as they are included in Chen Mo's sacred system, they can immediately apply for the Ascension quota. After the installation and transformation of the Ascension Fortress, and access to the Energy Network channel, you can get a Legion of Gods. In the video, a large number of Star Soul Masters expressed their excitement, and then commanded their God Squads or Legions to encircle and suppress the remnants of the Patila civilization. All kinds of rolling. Play more with less. The Partiva civilization is in shambles. Oh my god, as Chen Mo's enemy, I will definitely cry at this moment. To tell you the truth, I've seen it wet, so I fell asleep. Imagine, if I also commanded such a legion, crossing the universe, and crushing the Patila civilization at will, it wouldn't be too cool. The most awesome thing is the Ascension Fortress in the sky. Swallowed. It's so awesome. Alas. You are still celebrating and cheering. Such a powerful civilization has perished under Chen Mo's claws. Do you have any heart? Let Chen Mo bear this crime alone. It's too bad. I am willing to bear part of the knowledge of Patila civilization, so let me help risk part of the evil. This war is really cruel. We are definitely the victors, but the Patila civilization is a 4th-level civilization. To be honest, I never thought that the opponent would lose so quickly and lose everything. The 100 billion Legion was wiped out, and the 10 billion Spirit Legion, under the strong crush of Chen Mo, none of the 10 survived, and the rest also jumped to other stars. The loyal servants of the Holy Emperor are really cruel. No matter which one they are, they feel like they were born for battle. They are absolute killing machines. They don't feel like there is a single extra organ on their bodies. They are efficient and cold. Didn't you realize that this legion is so weird? They never seem to communicate with each other. It's just making a sound, and it's just to intimidate the enemy again. They don't seem to have emotions, it's scary. As for me, it's good to use such a race as a tool, but I don't think Chen Mo's Legion is suitable for overexpansion, especially the energy grid. I think I have to be cautious. The technology of genetic ascension is in the hands of Chen Mo, and I advise everyone to be cautious when implanting energy cores into the bodies of our subordinates. Speaking of brainwashing techniques, just look at the insane killing machines under Chen Mo. No equal. Indeed, I think the Ascension project is subject to supervision, and some knowledge must be submitted to the large library. The people who join this are all wanting to use Chen Mo's power. I think it's better for everyone not to rush to be a dog. For a while, someone talked about the Ascension project by exaggerating the horror and ruthlessness of Chen Mo's army. Public dissenting voices, many. Yes, this may not be a good thing for the development of our civilization. If it is seen by other fourth-level civilizations, it will only continue to intensify the conflict. Intensified fart. If I had such a legion, I would have to laugh, haha. Other civilizations are nothing to be pitiful about, so don't cry like cats and fake mercy here. That's right, when Mr. Chen Mo puts the equipment on the shelves, you will only shout, "It smells so good." How many FG Aborigines have you killed? Now let's talk about benevolence and righteousness. Why did you not share your money? If you want me to say, the entire universe belongs to our star soul world, and the rest of the fourth level civilizations must either join or die. Cold and cruel universe, you tell me this. It's bad at first sight. Hee hee. Don't be in a hurry, but Chen Mo's dog is a certain member of parliament, can't you get the dog? I'll wipe. The ones upstairs stay away from me, we're on me. It's awesome, brother, you don't need to say that. Seeing this, many people stopped talking. The greatest contradiction in the Star Soul world emerged. That is, some people want to be a member of parliament, but Chen Mo is not happy about the discussion on it. This kind of thing is beyond what they can say. Of course, many Star Soul masters are secretly rejoicing. Because Chen Mo relaxed a lot of conditions in order to win them over, so that they could join Chen Mo's sacred system. Although it is only the outermost protocol. But this is enough, allowing them to buy cheap knowledge and unlimited free whoring energy. All in all, I feel like I've made a lot of money. What many people think in their hearts is, fight, fight. In this way, they have more benefits as targets to be won. Maximize the benefits. Moreover, with the laws of the Star Soul world, all struggles are not within the scope of the rules. Therefore, they are not at all worried that the struggle will get out of control and damage the foundation of the entire world. On the contrary, it is very beneficial to them. Of course, what they don't know is that Chen Mo thinks the same way. Taking advantage of everyone's thoughts, Chen Mo took advantage of the situation and recruited more people to join the sacred system. Everyone thought that he was making money by making money, but they didn't know that there were deeper benefits in it. Space Master said, Chen Mo's extremely aggressive behavior is not good. Good or bad, it doesn't matter, his system is not necessarily better. Currently, Chen Mo has more benefits, everyone hurry up to join the sacred system and directly ascend. Many people discussed this matter in private. On the internet, everyone avoids talking about it, but invariably chats about Chen Mo's possible achievements. Which kind of strength Chen Mo can reach among the counselors directly determines the extent of his system promotion. I have to say that Chen Mo's army should be number one in our Star Soul world. It must be that, except for Chen Mo, no one can so easily dry up Patila civilization. Regardless of the cost, there are still a lot of people who can do this. Don't brag about Chen Mo too much, but it is true that only Chen Mo can capture the home planet of Patila, this is unique to him advantage. This kind of infinite energy, the tactics of sticking up like a rogue, is really terrifying. How on earth did Chen Mo cultivate such a race? In the knowledge system of the Star Soul world, there is no such powerful race at all. It seems that the concept of genetic ascension was first proposed by Mr. Chen Mo himself. Do you think this belongs to materialism or idealism? Quote. Stop arguing, the debate between the two doctrines has been going on for so many years, it's meaningless. In short, the powerful road of cultivating the race that Mr. Chen Mo has embarked on is unique. No matter what, I believe that after Mr. Chen Mo digests this receipt, his strength will continue to skyrocket. The only question is, what degree? Someone has to make a judgment call. For a while, everyone became curious. Are waiting for the final result. Chapter 453. Energy Network DAO, War Resurrection. 2 more. Generally speaking, when members come up, they start from the 100th seat. After all, others have been members of parliament for a long time, especially those in the top ranks. It is almost impossible for newly promoted counselors to surpass them in the Star God stage. But Chen Mo is different. He is really too strong. So everyone speculates that it will not be dead. After all, this time the Patila civilization has contributed too much to Chen Mo. Before this, no star god could swallow the entire territory of a fourth-level civilization in one go. Even members of parliament have never had such an exaggerated record. The most powerful one before was the Ice Queen, who defeated 23rd-level civilizations and one 4th-level civilization in a row. But this time, Chen easily broke the record. The number of spirit legions killed exceeded tens of billions. The territory occupied is directly calculated according to the star area. And during this period of everyone's calculations, Chenmo's army is still expanding, occupying more areas. The number of star gods joining the Ascension project is also increasing. This force, no matter in terms of strength or quantity, has already surpassed most of the counselors. In short, Chenmo's harvest this time will definitely be amazing. It's just because the mother planet of Patella civilization still exists tenaciously, so the Federation and Star Soul 643 world all think that this battle is not over yet. But in fact, in the eyes of everyone, the dust has settled. While their Ascension fortress devoured Patila's home planet, it was still undergoing Ascension transformation, and gurgling out giant structures one by one. Seeing this scene, no one would believe that Chenmo couldn't handle Patila's home planet. All I can say is, damn it, he pretended it again. Yes, everyone thinks this is to pretend. You said that if you win, you win. What do you mean by letting so many star gods visit the Ascension Fortress and let their subordinates undergo transformation? Afraid that others will not know that you swallowed a 4th-level civilization home planet. Anyway, it hurts so much. Many stars Shendu was hit hard. We can never top Chenmo. This is a conclusion silently drawn by many people after going there. What's even more frightening is that Chenmo is still improving. There was no sense of stopping at all. It is said that the Legion will no longer attack the other 4-level civilizations. But, what is the purpose of this huge metal ring belt that is continuously transmitted to all parts of the universe? The resources consumed by this were roughly estimated by the star gods, and the conclusion was that it was comparable to building a normal flagship. So many resources are thrown down like crazy. Definitely something big. Originally, Chenmo was already very powerful. I can't imagine, after this wave of promotion, Chenmo gains power and his influence expands to the limit, what will happen? FK. This wave of operations must have something to do with Chenmo's becoming a counselor. I suspect that once Chenmo becomes a counselor, he will take action against the remaining 4-level civilizations. Hee. At that time, wouldn't he get more attention from the laws of the world? In that case, his seat among the counselors might be able to move forward a bit. No, I think it's a spaceship. I suspect that Chenmo will at least make it to the top 50 members of parliament. By that time, those of us who join the sacred system will be overwhelmed. Top 50. You don't think the rest of the congressmen are bastards, do you? I think about 80 is more reasonable. This can actually be calculated based on the number of planets that the counselors currently occupy, the attention they have received from the laws of the world, and the number of times related knowledge has been purchased. There are details, the emperor said. At the same time, he also listed the data. For a while, everyone nodded in agreement. Of course, if Chenmo has more great combat skills that we don't know about, or if he has received the attention of the world law many times before, then the information may not be accurate. Maybe he doesn't need Patila's home planet, and in another day, he will be directly promoted to a member of the council, and maybe Dab is not sure. In short, everything is possible. Hey, we are a group of little chickens who care about the ranking of the congressman here. So tired. In short, Mr. Chenmo must be firmly seated on the seat of parliamentarians. It is not clear whether it is only 50 or 80. Why talk so much? Join Chenmo boss and you'll be done. The Holy Emperor is amazing. Remember, our task is to join the sacred system, and we just need to continue to prostitute unlimited energy for nothing. By then, it will not make much sense to cultivate individual god-level elites. What we need is a group of ordinary people because of their beauty. Quote. Indeed, with the blessing of the Energy Network DAO, the attack power of the two is about the same, and the number of the latter will be dozens or even hundreds of times that of the strong one. Wait, in that case, if we leave the energy grid, wouldn't we be useless? Hey hates as if you have something awesome about Mr. Chenmo right now. Big brother Chenmo is so awesome, how can you still like your 3 melons and 2 dates? All people want is influence. Indeed, our interests will not be affected in any way. The courageous ones have already started to do it, while the timid and short-sighted and suspicious are still being beaten on the head by the natives. I believe in the character of Mr. Chenmo, although he has always been a super profiteer. As long as he signed an agreement or said something, he would never fail to abide by it. I would like to be called the god of contract. I heard that there are void monsters coming from Chenmo's side. When the time comes, everyone will rush to take action. Haha, free energy for growth. If you want me to say, Chenmo won't do anything to the rest of the 4th level civilization, we can do it. The unlimited energy given by Mr. Chen Mo cannot be wasted. The money boss doesn't like it. Let's come. FK. Pattern. Done. Brothers send coordinates. Prepare to assemble the fleet. As someone came up with this idea. For a while, many star gods were moved. It didn't have that strength before. Now that the strength has risen, Chen Mo's side has unlimited energy support, and many people are directly inflated. Taking advantage of Chen Mo's absence, they were preparing for the big event of becoming a member of parliament, so they just made a quick profit. Things developed in the direction that everyone speculated. The conflict between the Star Soul world and other civilizations suddenly became tense to the extreme. However, to everyone's surprise, it was not Chen Mo who took the initiative to start the war this time. It is the countless star gods who have joined his sacred system, as well as hundreds of millions of Star Soul masters. Chapter 454 Cheerful Luo Bing. The Gate of the Void. Holy Terra, Guest Residence. Luo Bing, as one of the leaders of Chen Mo's sacred system, took advantage of the situation. Although it is only a place where guests live exclusively. But she feels that living here is much more comfortable than living there. Not only the planetary environment is better, but also safer. It will be more convenient to communicate with Chen Mo. At this time, she was checking the reactions of everyone on the internet. See the frequent references to Chen Mo above, as well as Divine Terra. She couldn't help but draw a smile from the corner of her mouth. No way, who told her to lie on the Holy Terra right now? Even if she is in a good mood, she can go out for a stroll and take a walk on the Golden Beach, the online celebrity check in place of Holy Terra. If it is posted on the internet, specifying minutes will become one of the hottest topics. After all, you have to know that other people just analyze Chen Mo's strength, and it can become the hottest discussion post, but she is real, live broadcasting the leisurely life in the Holy Terra. Look at those comments on the internet, all kinds of serious analysis, such as, a video that takes you to analyze the Holy Terra, the ranking of the generals under Chen Mo's command, what are the beautiful scenery on the Holy Terra. These posts, she couldn't help but smile brighter on her face. Because she knows much more than the rumors on the internet. Involuntarily, at this moment, she also had some reason for Chen Mo's mentality that he basically didn't care about these things. Because even she, just because she lives in Holy Terra and only knows a little bit more, looks at this information, and she has a sense of superiority spontaneously. There is a mentality of taking me to see how this person writes. This kind of comment. Just. Very cool. Of course, watching too much will be boring, right? Maybe Chen Mo is in that state. Luo Bing thought about it, and kept scrolling through various posts, and took a look at various chat messages in the theater channel by the way. In short, she is not tired of it, she finds it very interesting. From time to time, a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. People who don't know, think Luo Bing is watching something happy. In the manor not far away, Chen Mo was counting the proceeds. There are too many gains from this war. It is only now fully counted. As for the 3 patillas brought by Oran, they are the patilla engineers that Chen Mo caught at the entrance of the Broken World last time. Among them, the scientist in seat number 9 has been killed. But these few are also very good. With them, it will be much easier for Chen Mo to classify the knowledge of patilla civilization. The number of corpses Chen Mo obtained this time is countless. He just glanced at, natural god corpse, left and right. Can sell for a good price. The rest are assembly line artificial gods, which are similar to Chen Mo's energy network channel, but the cost is much higher. Now that it is dead, it is basically worthless. In addition to this, there are various spaceships and giant equipment. Thanks to Chen Mo's infection control capabilities, there are many remaining devices in this area. After counting them, they can be sold directly to some star gods. Some consortiums also like to recycle these warships. Among them are knowledge and various rare minerals that can be recycled. Even, a large amount of manganese ore can be extracted. It can be said to be a bumper harvest. In addition to these physical gains, the most important thing is knowledge. Chen Mo has harvested more than 100 million items of knowledge. Among them, there are more than 10,000 advanced knowledge unique to the Patella civilization. These are the most valuable. But for Chen Mo, there may not be too many that can be used. Overall, these knowledge are divided into 5 categories: construction, energy, cultivation, detection, and action. Chen Mo want to check it out, but let Aishi review it first, pick out the parts that he finds useful, and then bring them over for him to see. Ash was responsible for sorting out the knowledge of many civilizations. In this regard, she has grown into a professional. Chen Mo is very relieved to entrust her with the work. Master, there is a building knowledge, I think you will be very interested, but this knowledge, the Patila civilization, is also in the experimental stage. Like Ash offering a treasure, her face was filled with a smile. Oh, Chen Mo couldn't help raising his eyebrows. To be honest, as a fourth-level civilization, Patila really has a lot of knowledge that interests him. But there is one thing, Ash actually made a special mention. He couldn't help but also became curious. The next moment, Ash opened her hand, and a black vortex appeared in her hand. This is a miniature model built by the embodiment of knowledge. If this knowledge could be fully realized, the physical appearance would be like this. Chen Mo was surprised when he saw it. Half energy, half matter device. A 0 for flower A. This is. He couldn't help but shrink his pupils. Continuing to look at the properties, Chen Mo couldn't help being stunned. Because, this is a design drawing of a portal, but it is not an ordinary portal, but a design drawing of a portal to the north of the universe, the void. Those who can exist stably, go to Ma Kong's outfit. This is the first time Chen Mo heard of it. Normally, when demons go to the front of this material-filled universe, they need to work hard and arouse huge spiritual power. And the civilization of this world is generally preventing, or trying to prevent the generation of passages. Unexpectedly, for some unknown reason, the Patila civilization accidentally developed such a transmission device. To the void. Its function is to kill the evil god of the void and extract the endless energy there. A void gata. A advanced idealism knowledge. Knowledge owner. Chief scientist of Patila civilization, Luo. Description. Generally speaking, no civilization would want to have anything to do with the void, but the Patila civilization has deep attainments in space technology, and they are no longer satisfied with the development of this universe, let alone the evil god of the void. They have threatened their civilization many times. Using this knowledge, a powerful, void gate, device can be realized to lock the position of the evil god, and at the same time absorb theoretically almost infinite void energy. A. Construction requirements. A tiburium ore planet, 100,000 tons of high-purity magic energy crystals, 100 tons of manganese ore, powerful demons. Tip 1. Once the device is built, it will continue to connect to the void. From the void, it looks like a torch, very bright, and will attract powerful demons around it. Tip 2. Near the gate of the void, it will continue to become void. This state cannot be cleared, and the pollution will continue to spread. It is not recommended to build the device on any planet, and the principle is to live in the star area. Hint 3. Using this device may be perceived by a powerful evil god, and the other party will take corresponding actions to try to occupy the entrance. If the other 4 civilizations find out, there is a high probability that they will take a hostile attitude towards you. This device is harmful to the entire universe. Ida is a potential threat. No wonder the Patila civilization hasn't been built yet. Chen Mo was speechless for a moment. The consequences are so serious, they can't grasp it. Chapter 455. The solution Lilia offered. Void Demon, your uncle is here. 2 more. Chen Mo has acquired a lot of complete knowledge. Requiem, Dark Sky, Portal. Etc., but the side effects are so horrible. It's the first time I've seen him. Of course, it was also the first time for him to do it so cleanly, acquiring a whole set of advanced knowledge. If this is placed in the world of Star Soul, it will give you the whole upper, middle and lower versions. But even with all the knowledge, Chen Mo has no intention of building it now. Even if there is a ready-made demon, it is in the star area of AA, the Temple of Heaven. Because once it is built, whether this thing goes into his minions or comes out of the evil god's minions is not necessarily up to him. The most troublesome point is that this thing is as bright as a torch in the void. In the chaotic void without the slightest light, there is no difference between 677 and the sun. You can call it the Astronomicon. This level of brightness can spread to almost infinite distances in the void. Theoretically speaking, every time Chen Mo builds a void gate, he will attract a large wave of void creatures. At that time, it's hard to say who will position whom. Before the absolute strength in his hands could not be guaranteed, there would be no benefit to using this thing. Instead, he would hold back most of Chen Mo's troops out of thin air. Because he had to guarantee that no big devil would come out of it. What's more troublesome is that the void gate will continue to spread void energy, which will soon be detected by the trial court or other 4th-level civilizations. It can be said that the entire universe is extremely vigilant against this kind of thing. If Chen Mo dared to do this, the tribunal must send a large number of knights to ride on his face. Now Chen Mo is at a critical moment in his struggle for influence in the Star Soul world. To do something that harms public opinion is simply to hand the knife to the rest of the congressmen. This stupid thing can't be done. Pity. Chen Mo couldn't help but sigh. After all, he is still not strong enough, if now the entire Star Soul world is in his hands. Then he doesn't care what the rest of the fourth level civilization thinks, and just walks through the gate of the void. The rest of the fourth level civilizations are coming to attack. Directly play a void gate again. The custody made them scream in fright. As for the demons in it, Chen Mo is not very afraid. Of course, the evil god is definitely a strong enemy, but Chen Mo believes that when he has controlled the entire Star Soul world, the evil god is nothing to be afraid of. But this knowledge is really against the sky. Chen Mo carefully inspected various technical details, and felt more and more that the Padala civilization was indeed highly accomplished in space knowledge. The study of void is actually so in-depth. This knowledge just happened to be used by Chen Mo. In the void, matter will not perish, and there are countless items that have inadvertently entered from this universe. Among them, many demons and evil gods can be projected to all parts of the universe in an instant, regardless of distance. Therefore, the knowledge they know is simply endless. It is not an exaggeration to say that the void is the record of the entire history of the universe. This is also the reason why the evil god is difficult to deal with. However, if one can really use the void gate to locate the evil gods, or even kill them, the benefits that can be obtained are simply inestimable. I always feel like I'm messing around. Chen Mo looked at the model of the void gate floating in his hand, and was very envious. After thinking about it, Chen Mo simply contacted the federal officials. And the great library scholar Lilia. Consult. Even Lady Luck, he asked. Other universes may have similar world structures. Not long after, Chen Mo got a reply from Lilia. Why did you build this door inside our universe, and then in the broken world? No. When the dimension falls, if you are really in danger, just destroy the whole broken world, and you can also kill a wave of evil gods' minions. Hear this. Chen Mo's eyes lit up. What a genius idea. As expected of a university student who has been cooperating all the time, this method is beyond the imagination of ordinary people. More importantly, Lilia has been researching the broken world recently, and she probably has accumulated some technology in this area. Otherwise, she will definitely not reply so definitely. 0. In short, this method perfectly solved his troubles. It also used the ruined world waste that had been surveyed. The only trouble is that developing in such a broken world will lead to the accelerated collapse of this broken world. Before long, the void gate will fall into the dimension and explode into a pile of basic energy. But this is not a big problem for the wealthy Chen Mo. So now the remaining questions are 2. First, I find a suitable broken world. Second, capture a demon and transport it to the broken world. The second point requires the permission of the trial court. But anyway, if it is transported to the broken world, it shouldn't be a big problem. That is to say, if I find another broken world of suitable size, I can start building the void gate. At that time, with the help of the void gate, I can go to any place in the void, lock the demon bodies that have appeared, kill them, and let them hand over all the demons in their hands. Quote. This time I have recorded a lot of information about the demons. When the time comes, I will be the first to find them. I hope that by then, they will not be so frightened that they will cry. Since the birth of the universe, countless knowledges have flowed into the void, and the evil god among them even used their own wisdom to create races everywhere in the universe at 3.8 to pass the time. I will find them when the time comes, and I will definitely get a lot of evolution opportunities. When the time comes, massive amounts of knowledge and opportunities for evolution will be revealed. Even better, the void may be used as a transfer station. In this case, my minions can go to any place in the universe instantly through the void. With this, his teleportation network plan can be carried out more quickly, and at that time, it can be upgraded to a more advanced form. Real instant reach any corner of the universe. Together with the energy grid, it covers the entire universe. The more he thought about it, the more Chen Mo felt that this plan was feasible. Full of expectation. Chapter 456 Upgrade the Sacred Planetary System. Raise Ash. Then, Chen Mo finished counting the rest of the knowledge recommended by XC. Most of them, in Chen Mo's view, are of little use to him. Leave some space knowledge. For the rest, Chen Mo handed it over to Ash, asking her to try to see if it could be integrated into the existing Sacred Planet upgrade system. Of course, this part of the work also requires the cooperation of Patella civilization scientists. That's what the Patalas around me do. These Patella scientists are the most high-end scientists that Chen Mo has come into contact with so far, except for the large library. They have long been influenced by the ideas of another completely independent civilization system. In dealing with things and studying the laws of things, there is a completely different view from Chen Mo's system. For the average person, this may not be useful. But Chen Mo believes that the integration of this batch of fresh blood will be of great help to his research. Perhaps the follow-up Greenskin Legion, as well as the development of space ghost cannons and energy network channels, Patella scientists will make important contributions. Not to mention, the knowledge of the Gate of the Void belongs to the Patella civilization, and one of the top scientists Chen Mo is currently in infection control has participated in the Void project. With his participation, the difficulty of Chen Mo's next plan will be greatly reduced. Chen Mo believes, at that time, after fully digesting the knowledge of space and race cultivation of Patella civilization, even if it cannot help him obtain a new evolutionary opportunity, it will help him enrich the sacred planet. After all, this is a fourth-level civilization. A civilization that can grow to such a stage can use most of the energy in the universe to destroy a galaxy with ease. This level of civilization can be said to be the limit of development under the rules of the universe. No matter how rubbish it is, there are still things worth learning. At the same time, through the knowledge of Patella civilization, the perfected sacred system will have more practical knowledge, although for people inside the sacred system, money is also required. But cheaper than outside. The most important thing is that after signing the agreement with Chen Mo, only Chen Mo's knowledge can be used first. Chen Mo will not sell very expensive. The main purpose is to increase the penetration rate. The more people use his system, the more they will rely on him. Just like his current knowledge system is based on the Star Soul world, want to break away from the Star Soul world. Chen Mo never thought about this point. The non-existent, mutual connection is already too deep. So Chen Mo chose to climb to the highest point within the rules of the game. The sacred system designed by Chen Mo is inspired by the laws of the Star Soul world itself. However, the law itself does not have its own thoughts, but operates based on collective will. But his system has its own will. That is himself. Therefore, there is no need to worry about being replaced by others, he is directly at the highest point from the very beginning. Up to now, Chen Mo took a look at Luo Bing's report, and there are almost 200 million Star Soul Masters who have joined his sacred system. This data, he remembered in the morning, was only 100 million. This rate of increase is nothing short of amazing. So much so that the business that led to going to the Ascension Fortress to add energy cores was scheduled for a week later. There are really too many legions that need to connect to the energy network channel. Once connected, this legion will leave immediately, and then join a huge legion formed spontaneously to attack the remaining fourth-level civilizations. They want to make more money as soon as possible while Chen Mo is still busy with internal affairs. Otherwise, anyone with a discerning eye can see that Chen Mo is preparing a big wave. When Chen Mo's internal affairs are settled, then they can only be partners, and Chen Mo will earn 70% of the profit. In short, everyone is frantically signing up, and some people even want to pay for the transformation, in order to be able to carry out the Ascension transformation in advance. For this behavior, Chen Mo of course agrees. When others want to send money, it is really hard for him to refuse. Although not much, but with the huge number of star gods, it is also a considerable amount of income, just enough to perfectly cover the remaining material costs for making halos and portals. Chen Mo estimated a little bit, the number of the White Whoring army connected to the energy network will eventually be around 1 trillion. The strength is at the initial stage of the gods. But that's enough. Because it has reached the god level, its defense and energy are even more terrifying. The most important thing is the quantity. This quantity is comparable to the sum of all other level 4 civilizations. Of course, other civilizations don't know this. But I believe that before long, they will be able to realize these 10 points. In other words, Chen Mo's plan alone can directly determine the trend of the entire universe in the future. It has to be said that even if the ability to devour evolution is developed to the extreme, even if there is only one, it is extremely terrifying. After thinking for a while, Chen Mo contacted Luo Bing again. Let her be in charge of the propaganda work for the White Whoring Corps, and select the appropriate backbone force from it to join the backup group. At the same time, sell the current knowledge of the sacred system in his hands to all the sacred system personnel. As long as this knowledge is sold, although the strength of these star soul masters will not increase immediately, their development potential will increase a lot. Of course, the response to 740 is to move closer to Chen Mo. Ash is responsible for optimizing and integrating the upgrade system of the sacred planet. She has always been in charge of this matter. From the beginning of using the energy of tiburium ore to transform the planetary environment, and growing up to the present, it has trained thousands of planetary governors at one time. Ash is already a very good leader character. On the way of planetary transformation, her attainment is very high. Even if Chen Mo does not use planetary consciousness, she can't compare. This makes Chen Mo very happy. This can be regarded as cultivating an extremely outstanding special talent. Chen Mo believes this Ash can definitely go one step further. By then, maybe she will become a supreme existence on the way of transformation. Master. Feeling Chen Mo's comment, Ash couldn't help but put down her work in the astral world and looked at Chen Mo. After the promotion, she became more and more beautiful. And as the power under her control grows larger, the Mermaid Queen has grown from being a little cautious before to being noble and elegant now. On this point, they moved closer to Oran, the queen of the snake human tribe. In their words, they both respected Chen Mo extremely, but they were more kind. Chapter 457. The End of the Pilgrimage. 2 more. In addition, you also need to cultivate a group of similar talents. Chen Mo said to Ash with a smile. It's not Ash's problem. It is really that the power of Holy Terra is expanding too fast. Even if each planet only needs 100 people to manage it, the cultivation of talents seems a bit tense. After all, knowledge can be instilled, but the way of thinking, management, etc., are very dependent on subjective initiative. Chen Mo needs Aishi to screen out this person with management talent from the vast crowd, pass the exam, or train and other means. Then cultivate. Now the governor of our planet, administrators, etc., are somewhat insufficient. You can't have to do it yourself every time you have knowledge to sort things out. I hope that before long, the entire administrative system, revolving around the biological mastermind, will become more efficient. Helping creative problems that biological brains can't handle. Such as communicating with the other Star Soul Masters, such as organizing an organization to review the other Star Soul Masters, and most importantly, talents who upgrade and transform the planet and analyze the knowledge of other civilizations. I'll work hard, Master. Ash nodded gratefully. She watched tons of knowledge being transmitted from the Star Realm to herself, and couldn't help being excited. Since serving Chen Mo, she has been doing various jobs, and the jobs have become more and more important. With the Master, she has become stronger and stronger. Today, it is even enough to dominate the knowledge of an entire 4th-level civilization. In the past, she couldn't imagine it at all. No, it should be said that it was unexpected at all. Level 4 civilization. This is one of the strongest existences in the universe. With her status as a little native queen, she cannot be touched no matter what. At most, the 4th-level civilization regards her as an interesting ant for observation. But the Master is different. He has been cultivating her and let her grow up to today. On the side, not to mention the few Patila civilization scientists who followed, I heard that I don't have to die, but can still participate in the research. In the past, it was something that I and others were not qualified to do, but now I can. However, they have a doubt. The Void Gate is so dangerous, can it really be built? However, this matter is not something they can comment on. The Great Divine Will did not ask them. They only need to submit an opinion application to their superior, Mermaid Queen Ash loyally. Master, I will definitely train talents for Holy Terra. The Great Holy Terra will become the center of the universe. At that time, everyone's pilgrimage will end in the Holy Tai. Ash is very confident, full of energy. After all, who can refuse such an interesting event of building planets, cultivating countless talents, and even transforming an entire galaxy? Full of a sense of accomplishment. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that day too. Chen Mo nodded in satisfaction. Aishi looked very energetic. Her delicate face was flushed with excitement. I have granted you the most privileges for the biological mastermind and the astral world, except for me. I hope you will make good use of these 2 creations to cultivate truly useful talents. Genius has infinite possibilities. Even if the initial grades are poor, it doesn't matter. What I need is creativity, which is different from ordinary thinking. Boldly use your abilities, as long as you think it is feasible to modify the knowledge of the planet, or the cultivation plan, you can use it. Don't be afraid of wasting planets. I will specifically approve 100 planets for you to use as experiment sites and training personnel. I'll try my best. The Mermaid Queen Ash saluted respectfully. In her heart, she worships Chen Mo extremely. He is not only her god, but also her creator, and the light that guides her forward. The master is the eternal light in her heart. Chen Mo can naturally feel Ash's state and is very satisfied. In fact, almost all mermaids are in this state. Looking back now, Chen Mo is very fortunate that he took the path of material influence on consciousness. Through the nervous system, to the current astral world, and then various substances, almost all are controlled by his mushroom race. His control over the consciousness of his subordinates is absolutely the best in the entire Star Soul world. Even better, this control is not coercive, and there is no such thing as control. This point is different from other races in the Star Soul world. Based on this certainty, the rest of the star gods have never been able to understand why Chen Mo can gather so many races. And they, at most, allow a few powerful followers to keep the other party's entire race. Maybe one day they should worry about their own authority. The star soul that is getting stronger and stronger may belong to it. Of course, if the other star gods know, Chen Mo can control the infection, replace the nervous system, and even subtly influence his medical race through any mushroom growing tissue. It will definitely scare the P. No way, countless star gods are coming to talk about quitting the sacred system. After all, when the brain you use to think about problems is formed with the help of other races, how reliable are the decisions you make? Scary to think about. Of course, Chen Mo basically didn't use this ability much. Because there is no need. Under his great power and the miracles of the astral world, almost all the converts will only worship him more and more. This is a powerful system that once you join, you won't want to leave. Eternal life, eternal consciousness, absolute freedom beyond loyalty. No matter which one it is difficult for ordinary creatures, no, even gods can hardly reach it. But here with Chen Mo, as long as he doesn't leave the almost incomparably real world of the astral world, all of these are within his reach. Wait until Ash, the one who wins the king, leaves with a few people from the Patila civilization. Chen Mo posted all the knowledge he didn't need on the trading platform. Use auctions as usual. Knowledge is different from the rest. This one is always quite valuable. It will not depreciate because of too much. On the contrary, with the fierce atmosphere of war, the prices of various things directly related to the improvement of strength are soaring. Especially knowledge, not only did not fall in price, but rose sharply. Not long after these matters were dealt with, Adeli sent a preliminary confirmation of the information. With this information, Chen Mo tried to fully analyze the civilization of Patila. At the same time, the consumption process of devouring Patila's home planet is almost over. A brand new race to be incorporated into Chen Mo's sacred terra. This is the first and only level 4 civilization. Chapter 458 start with the Patila mother planet. Reincarnation pool. One more. With the sudden contraction of the Ascension Fortress, huge tentacles spread out one after another. The parent star of the Patela civilization wrapped in it has reappeared in the world. For a moment, the eyes of the entire Star Soul world were cast in the past. Everyone knows that the Patila home planet has changed hands at this time. Chen Mo looked at the planet with a smile on his face, and at the same time, various information about Patila's home planet appeared in his eyes. A Patila home planeta. A planet type. Garden worlda. A origina. Great expedition spoils. Winner Chen Mo. Equipment. Space defense system. Patila technology. Description. This is the birthplace of the Patila civilization, and it is also the home planet. Any Patila people's consciousness disturbances are left in it. According to this special induction, the will of the planet can be traced to any Patila civilization, and influence each other. Next upgrade. It is expected to require stronger growth and space capabilities, as well as about 10 tons of tiburium ore. Remark 1. Inside the planet, there is a small world made using space technology. The space inside the planet is about 100 times larger than the actual observation, and this space requires a lot of energy to maintain. Remark 2. The environment of this planet is most suitable for the Patela civilization, and the probability of giving birth to a genius individual is about 2 times that of the normal situation. By imitating the environment of the planet 880, combined with the genes of the Patila civilization, a fast-growing Patila civilization can be built. The training pool of the Tira race. It is basically unrealistic for Chenmo to continue to use the home planet of the Patila civilization as the lair for the Patala tribe. This parent star has a rather cutting-edge great creation, an inner space. Used to transform into a battleship, it is simply bigger than continuing to exist as a planet. So Chenmo's plan is to collect all the planetary information, and then come up with the Patila culture pool. This would be after greenskins, mermaids and snakes, Terrans and angels. The fifth race owned by Chenmo in bulk. Not only that, this is the race that Chenmo understands the most thoroughly, and only he has obtained all the cultivation materials. Using this as a template, future newcomers in the Star Soul world will have an additional race to choose from, the Patala tribe. This race is similar to angels, it is a half-energy, half-material race, and it has a very special talent in space perception. Of course, how to cultivate it is not something Chenmo should worry about. Some newcomers will want to apply to use the Patila reincarnation pool. At that time, based on the current Patila race, they will develop a variety of unique races that combine the technology of the Star Soul world. And the creator of this reincarnation pool is Chenmo. At that time, his name will be further spread and integrated with the entire Star Soul world. A racial cultivation system that can be promoted. Plus the ever-increasing planetary evolution system. And the energy system. Looking at the huge Patila planet, Luo Bing began to turn slowly, leaving the orbit of the Star Soul world, ready to speed up the jump, and couldn't help but feel very excited. This planet already completely belongs to Chenmo. Once the knowledge on it is made public, it will definitely shape the entire Star Soul world. The brand new racial cultivation reincarnation pool will also become popular and must-have, and it will become the favorite of countless newcomers. The more Luo Bing thought about it, the more she envied her. She recalled that she had chosen the race of angels. That is an excitement. The masters of the other planets felt the same way. Everyone hoped that the race in their hands could conquer a large star area, and that they would continue to grow stronger and become star gods. Didn't expect it to be so long. Chenmo has already reached the point where he started to promote the race reincarnation pool. It's outrageous. It's like, there is a person who really wants to make money, but the other competitor doesn't aim at making money at all. He changed his mind. What is he doing to make money? Why not build a nuclear-powered money printing machine? Thinking of this, Luo Bing was envious. Look at this pattern, it's not on the same level at all. Luo Bing couldn't help feeling that he and Chenmo really thought at the beginning that the structure was not on the same level, and it's no wonder that the difference in strength is getting bigger and bigger. Of course, this has something to do with Chenmo's good luck, and she feels it has something to do with it. I don't know why, but the other party can always run into each other. According to him, something like evolution also depends on probability, right? Can't figure it out. Thinking back carefully, Chenmo's rise was really a dreamlike process, as if it was a success. Kind of like Destiny's Child. It's no wonder that there are so many rumors about Chenmo, especially this point, which is spread by many star gods. However, the son of destiny is usually only born when the world is facing a crisis of life and death, right? The Patila race is indeed worth cultivating, especially for a newcomer. If you study and cultivate it from the beginning, you will definitely be able to develop a powerful civilization in the future. But for me, I'm too lazy to modify it too much. It's very useful at present. My foundation lies in the exclusive race I cultivated. Chenmo said calmly. He built the reincarnation pool, and he didn't know how to use it himself. They were all tools to expand his influence. The number of existing Patala civilization individuals is about 1 billion. It was enough for him to use. As for the subsequent reproduction, there is no need for him to interfere too much. It is what it used to be and what it is now, but the consciousness and body are separated, one is on the planet and the other is in the astral world. Mainly for research purposes. As for fighting, how strong can it be compared to his mushroom race? This is completely impossible. The potential of both is not at the same level. The Patila civilization has developed for so many years, and it has basically seen its end. But for the mushroom race, Chenmo feels that everything has just begun, and there is plenty of room for development. However, one thing is certain, the Patila race reincarnation pool is very useful. In terms of expanding its influence internally, it is quite powerful. This part of ability cannot even be replaced by the mushroom race. After all, it is impossible for Chenmo to hand over this race to others. So it is a very good choice to create some sub-level, but also very powerful race reincarnation pools. At that time, Patila and Ghost, the two races that belong to him alone, can be promoted. Even, Chen Mo is still thinking, if he gets all the other level 4 civilizations, can he build a family bucket of level 4 civilization? Combining their advantages, the reincarnation pool cultivated must be extremely popular. I don't lack the knowledge to study these reincarnation pools. After all, just find an opportunity to directly destroy the rest of the civilizations, and then devour and evolve. I now have the means and fame to promote the reincarnation pool. Even if it's rubbish, if I yell at it, many people will buy it, let alone such a top quality product. Hurry up and get out the reincarnation pool, then add some knowledge of Patila's chief scientist, and sell it in bundles. Maybe it will be extremely popular, and in the space gene, I may also have the opportunity to evolve. Chen Mo couldn't help looking at Patila's home planet. Am looking forward to Chapter 459. Achievement as a Member of Parliament. 2 more. Damn it, it's moving. Boss Chen Mo has completely controlled the home planet of Patila civilization. Still called Big Brother. Call the Emperor. Damn it, everyone, look at the seats of parliamentarians, they have changed. For a moment, the entire Star Soul world boiled. Many people stared wide-eyed. Even the star god stood up suddenly. Coming, Ao Dai, the goddess of starlight, exclaimed excitedly. At this time, Chen Mo, who everyone is paying attention to, is carefully observing Patila, the home planet of civilization. This planet does not have much room for upgrading, it is already a garden world. However, there is still a lot of room for improvement. Chen Mo is going to give it to Ash, and then transform it into a special battleship. Great divine will. Sensing Chen Mo's gaze, countless Patilas prostrated themselves on the ground inside the Patila home planet. At the same time, the space inside the planet also began to function, and many Patilas were being sent back. This is the soldier of the Patila spiritual legion who fled out of the star area before. Chen Mo is now the planetary consciousness of Patila's home planet, it is easy to track them, and it is a breeze to get them back. Just whispering in their ears has caused nearly half of the Patila fighters to be on the verge of collapse. Without the protection of the mother star, the power of an individual is extremely weak in this icy universe. Especially against someone like Chen Mo who can play with consciousness. In the eyes of the Patilas, there is no difference between Chen Mo and the evil god. His name is already indescribable. Go ahead, work well with Queen Ash, I need to see something beyond loyalty. If it satisfies me, then you will also be responsible for the Void Gate project. Chen Mo said lightly. Hearing the voice of the great divine will, Chief Patila crawled lower. He could feel that he was not as important as he imagined. If you don't make some achievements, the best end is probably to be left alone. After stepping into the star realm, the chief has fully known everything, and against the great divine will, there is only one way to perish. He secretly vowed that in this new system, he would make achievements. Void Gate. What a great plan. Once, what the Patila civilization dared not, what a great divine will dared. Yes, follow the guidance of the great divine will. The chief said firmly. Then, Chen Mo checked the progress of the Halo Array project. 2,000 halos have been made so far. The speed satisfies him. This plan is what he values most at present. Even, beyond becoming an MP itself. Although becoming an MP is also extremely exciting. But this is only a part of the plan. Although the influence is there, it is still not meaningful for Chen Mo's goal. If he wants to become the biggest member of parliament, he still needs the help of the Halo Array. With a thought, Chen Mo contacted Luoshui. Help me organize the star gods in the system and prepare for the ceremony of becoming a counselor. Make the scene bigger. I want the whole Star Soul world to broadcast live. Let me know as soon as you're ready. It is good. Luo Bing's voice was a little hoarse with excitement. This moment is definitely worth remembering. In other words, all people in the Star Soul world will usher in the most important moment in their lives. A new MP is born. A scene that is rarely seen once in a century. And she believes that under her, this scene will definitely be the most grand, enough to imprint Chen Mo, the representative of less than, into everyone's memory. At this time, the semi-permanent passage was exceptionally crowded with people. Everyone knows that there is a congressman who is about to descend on the home planet. This is also a necessary step for becoming a member of parliament. You must return to your home planet and accept authority. Although I knew this day would come sooner or later, I didn't expect. As he spoke, Luo Bing choked up. She is so excited. Although it's not me, I don't know why, but I feel very proud. The overwhelming voice of congratulations also filled her private channel. By all accounts, she was about to become a surrogate for a member of parliament. This is even more rare than becoming a star god. After all, there are always only 100 counselors, but as many star gods as there are, the star soul world can grow as much. Members of parliament are the pinnacle of the star soul world. It also represents the highest point of this civilization development system. It's like a great god in an idealistic civilization, or a man of destiny in an indigenous world. Counselor, this is such a position in the star soul world. The greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. Naturally, members of parliament are more or less able to influence the development direction of the entire star soul world, and even directly affect the operation of the laws of the star soul world. Point 0 for flowers. The appointment of important federal officials is also approved by votes of members. It can be said that after becoming a member of parliament, no matter in the law or within the civilization, he will gain unique authority. Without the nod of the congressman, many things cannot be done. Of course, because the star soul world is too powerful, unlike other civilizations, there are many leaders here, a full 100. And the achievement counselors then enter the parliament hall to accept the congratulations of all the counselors. It is also a necessary step. For Luo Bing, this is something so far away that it is almost impossible to see. After all, she is just a little star soul master, and there is still some time left to achieve star Shendu. 0 MP. She didn't even dare to say the name of the other party, and the rest were even more disqualified. Listening to Luo Bing's trembling voice. So you have to work hard. Try to calm yourself down. Looking forward to Chen Mo opening the world channel and reaching the world of Star Soul. Sorry, I'm really too. This scene, it's really exciting to think about it, but I'm not strong enough. How can you be so calm? He couldn't help but said with a smile. We embarked on the road of becoming the master of the planet, didn't we just want to become a star god? The highest goal is the counselor. Everyone was cheering and screaming. At the same time, she forwarded the words to the Chen Mo support team. Chen Mo, your rising speed is really too fast. At that time, you launched the beast tide and attacked the goblins. I was very anxious. I didn't expect that the beast tide would evolve step by step. When you arrive at the spiritual legion, you are about to ascend to the throne and become one of the most powerful people in the entire star soul world. Accommodating a lot of people. Chen Mo couldn't help laughing, and said, don't get too excited, do things well, the surprise is yet to come. Luo Bing couldn't help holding his forehead. However, the more she thought about it, the more emotional she felt in her heart, and she couldn't help but say. Luo Bing couldn't help nodding, very motivated. This change is so fast, it makes me feel like I'm dreaming. The stage of the future universe, enough days. For a while, it boiled inside. After all, isn't the step of becoming an MP already foreseeable? Chen Mo heard this. Chapter 462 Pronged Approach, Shocking the Star Soul World. One more. Newbies in the Star Soul world develop extremely fast. At the beginning, newcomers can only choose one planet. Then it is to spend money, or a random exclusive race. In the beginning, it may be difficult for everyone to exterminate the indigenous people. But as the will of the first planet was eroded, the strength began to increase rapidly. It only takes 1 month, even if it is a god, it will not be looked down upon by the Lord of Star Soul. Of course, this is the slave owner in the eyes of the rest of civilization. They enslave countless races and even planets. But in the eyes of most newcomers in the Star Soul world, their world is also terribly involved. If you can't get ahead, you can only stay in the Star Soul world for the rest of your life. Although you have no worries about food and clothing, you don't have anything else, so you can only eat and wait to die. The rest of the people conquered in various ways, and mastered all kinds of people. They can only work for the rest. In short, under all kinds of comparisons, their status is not only very low, but they are also unhappy. For people in the soul world of the star, 643. Although they don't have a difficult practice, in most cases, they will not face the bewitching of evil gods, and Wei Sha from the life of the universe. However, if they want to be successful, become masters, achieve eternity, and be immortal, they can only continuously cultivate their exclusive races to contribute to the Star Soul world. If you can't make your own contribution to the Star Soul world, you won't get the attention of the Federation. Achieving a star god and immortal star soul is considered an achievement. In short, it is actually very introverted here. Everyone is under a lot of pressure. So Chen Mo's achievements are envied by everyone. In just 2 months, Chen Mo has completed the path of the others for decades, even hundreds of years. A newcomer who was never favored, took off all the way and became a member of parliament. In the eyes of others, this is already satisfactory. It's over. But what they don't know is that Chen Mo is still quite nervous. Because for him, this is just the beginning of a great plan. He has finally taken a substantive step in the fight against the devourer of dimensions. But it's just one step. The next step is to become the strongest member of parliament and gain more than 50% power. So at present, it is a crucial step for Chen Mo, but there is still a long way to go before he can relax and enjoy the scenery of the peak. For others, there may be plenty of time. But Chen Mo knew that this universe, as well as the civilization of the Star Soul world, were at stake. There is not much time left for him. If he fails, he can only be like those cosmic beings who are chased away by him, panicking all day long, like a bereaved dog. All the wealth here will also come to naught. I thought that the dimensional spaceship would never be able to take so many things away. In order to avoid this scene from happening, the only thing Chen Mo can do is to keep getting stronger, not to expand his advantages, and sometimes he has to use various methods both internally and externally. Only in this way can we race against time. With so much fanfare, Chen Mo asked his staff to prepare for the welcoming ceremony. One of the important reasons is to show off. Don't underestimate this. When the strength is not strong enough, doing this is the way to take death. But now, Chen Mo is getting more and more wings. Doing this will only greatly enhance his influence and boost the morale of his support. At the same time, the rest of the members will also intuitively know how much influence he currently has. Lest they think that they are just newcomers. Chen Mo didn't expect any difficult situation to communicate. His strength lies here, and when the time comes, everyone has something to say. The degree of attention of the law in the Star Soul world, that is, the influence, is very important. As long as you are a member of parliament, you will attach great importance to this point. The higher the popularity, the stronger and the more popular the invincible image is, the stronger the congressman will be. After becoming a member of parliament, his supporters can start promoting him openly and above board. And in the name of a member of parliament. Not only that, Chen Mo believes that by then, his strength will be stronger than now. The rest of the members may see the constant attention of the world law in the parliament. Then give up your seat. Chen Mo was looking forward to this scene. He also hopes that this scene can be broadcast live. Just to be polite, parliaments generally sit behind closed doors. In the entire Star Soul world, only a very small number of people can know part of the content. Unless all members agree to hold a public meeting. Chen Mo decided to put forward this suggestion at that time, and there will be a big wave. Of course, this proposal will most likely be rejected. But you won't lose a piece of meat if you try it. Chen Mo. Luo Bing had come to his senses at this time, and said excitedly, "Do you want to mobilize all? We can also contact Ao Dai, the god of starlight, to help us build momentum, but if this is the case, will it be too ostentatious? Space Master, the consortium under his command seems to have a lot of opinions on us. 0A cubed. This is the first time she has heard of such ostentatious congressman's promotion ceremony. Every time before, it was huge, but compared with this time, it is definitely far inferior. Because there is no member of parliament who has gained such a great influence from Chen Mo when he was not a member. What's more, Luo Bing estimated that many lower-ranking congressmen, even now, do not have as much influence as Chen Mo. After all, Chen Mo is a star god-level genius who won the title of Holy Emperor. Moreover, anyone with a discerning eye can see that the ascension plan he promoted will become an indispensable knowledge in the Star Soul world, or in other words, knowledge necessary for every household, and one of the lowest operating logics in the Star Soul world. What you want is swagger. Chen Mo says. Be sure to let everyone know that I, the Holy Emperor, will soon arrive at the Star Soul World Congress Hall. This is very helpful for our next actions. I need to attract everyone's attention to achieve the maximum effect. Compared with boiling frogs in warm water, I am more inclined to have a wave of boiling big explosions. The entire Star Soul world has a population of 200 billion. At that time, if more than 80% of the attention is paid to his action this time, he will be able to gain a large number of fans in a short time. Or rather, admirers. Still keep making progress. What he needs is the attention of the whole world. At that time, it will definitely not be the current level of parliamentarians. Do both. Once he succeeds, in front of the entire Star Soul world, he will shock everyone. Of course, if it arouses disgust from others, maybe it will. And his influence will also reach the limit of the entire star soul world and individuals. Especially after Chen Mo developed the extremely attractive Padilla reincarnation pool. Thinking of this, Chen Mo is more and more looking forward to the next ceremony of becoming a member of parliament. The Ascension Project will allow almost all Star Soul Masters, as well as newcomers, to choose to join. As long as this step is achieved, in conjunction with his Halo Array and Ascension Plan, everything will develop in the expected direction. When the Halo Array is activated at that time, a quarter of the range of the visible universe will be surrendered to Chen Mo. There are too many 2.9 children of destiny that he has come into contact with. Chen Mo couldn't help thinking. But Chen Mo believes that this will only be a minority. In fact, he himself tried out the Legion himself and trained many Destiny's sons. Having said that, it seems that suddenly, the conditions for becoming the child of destiny have been met. And for becoming the child of destiny have been met. And for becoming